welcome into the AEL University Elite Series with Matzi and Emperor CK here for Marvel Rivals. We are into the playoffs, Emp. It's time. We made it, and I am feeling on top of the world.
It is a beautiful, beautiful night. It is cold, but it is going to get heated very, very fast, Matsy. But before we do get into that heated action, who do we have to thank?
Oh, we have to thank the ones who heat me up. It's AGON by AOC, the #1 gaming monitor brand in the world. AGON by AOC provide best-in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs. But what else will warm you up at night, Amp? It's none other than
Indomie! The noodle powder made with high quality flour and selected ingredients and spices. A plate of Indomie Mega Ray will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of the flavors available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au.
Yeah, big shout out to our sponsors always and forever. Definitely helping us put on one hell of a great show and definitely appreciate everything they do. But you know what? Let's take a look at how things were shaping up before we get into the thick of it here. You can see our leaderboard. This is exactly how we ended up. So we've got seeds 1 through 4 there. Emp, Monash on top, UTS in a second place, RMIT a close third with the UNSW locking in that fourth place there. So top to bottom, all the way through.
Yeah, I gotta really put it out there. Look at the playoffs right now. We are gonna start Monash versus Union stopping our first match, and then after that we have UTS versus RMIT, and it's gonna be an absolute banger. This is such a good highlight coming out from the top 4 to be competing, and then obviously the week after we're gonna be having the third place match and the finale. So all these 4 teams gonna have to go and play their hearts out.
That they are. They're going to have to give it their all, rise up or fall all the way down. It's going to be tested here tonight. The starting point. Who will be pushing their way through to that grand final through these semis here, and who will fall down? Forced to fight it out in a third place matchup. It's all going to be down to this, Amp, and I am so excited to see what is to come for you. Our players have been really working hard all this season. You know, Monash on top, definitely been looking good. But you know what else is looking good? Our first game of the evening. First semi-final is Monash taking on UNSW there. Seed 1 taking on Seed 4. And we'll see who's going to be able to open up the door as we have our rosters.
Representing Monash, we have Wash, Genzo, Six, Joji, Denzel, and Jaded. And on the side of UNSW, we have Muffin, Rez, Frost, Nuver, Assassin, and Lick. So this is going to be the ones that we're going to be locking in, the first and the fourth. How we're going to be seeing it, I guess we will find out very, very soon. But I am very excited to see the bag of tricks that they are going to be bringing tonight.
Absolutely. I'm really keen to see how this plays out for them. You know, I feel like UNSW, ever since adding Assassin Main to the roster of more or less a reinvigorated squad, right? I feel like they've got a lot more energy behind them. So this is definitely going to give them a lot more confidence coming up against Monash tonight. You know, it's kind of like a David versus Goliath scenario where you've got that first seed taking on fourth seed there. So UNSW really going to have to tap into their David energy in order to try and shut down Monash here as a Goliath. And definitely excited to see how they maneuver this one. I think, you know, it's a big challenge, but anything's possible if you put your heart into it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think UNSW started to play really well just from last week. And, you know, obviously, Monash, you know, we've already seen them play really, really well. The whole style and synergy that they have is unbeatable. Of course, they went 7-0, which is unbelievable. But we're going to quickly look at map number 1. And of course, if we look at it, it's straight into domination. And I'll tell you what, this is something that we want to see, right? Domination is the one where you quickly go improve yourself. Can you play as a team? How's the strategy? How's the entry? If you can take and overtake and defend and all that. But the most important thing is how well you play as a team, right? There's a lot of domination maps where people get stuck because they're onto the point and choked out from it, and they don't get entrance or there's no force ways. You really test your metal when it comes down to it.
Yeah, it really does test your metal and test your resilience there. Like, it really gonna be something to see, I guess, how much grit and determination both these teams are able to display heading into the kickoff here. The first opportunity to really storm out the gates, and definitely excited for what is to come out of this best of 5 scenario. First team to 3 maps will be our victor, and to kick off, it's Captain America, banned all the way out by UNSW here. They do not want to see BkWhatOCE take control on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I really agree. Captain America should always be a ban necessary. If you do let him get away with it, it just causes too much unnecessary chaos, being that he's fast, he's good at jump, and he's just so annoying to the backline. And then at the same time, Groot, you don't want to see that strangling prison. Once he gets the prison out, it's just complete game over, and locks down pretty much everything else, and you have to burst defenses. We do have I guess Winter Soldier does come through with a Psylocke, and this is the standard DPS that they all want to protect.
Yeah, I definitely can understand that one. But in saying that, it's a bit of a double-edged sword, enabling that kind of a pick there, because Monash are able to really activate on a pick like that as well. And you can see that's why they protected the Winter Soldier there, trying to see if they can manage to end something else out. Loki actually going to be on the chopping block there. So really want to just try and whittle down those high impact picks so they can get the most sensible composition out of it.
Yeah, I can attest to it. When you do ban away Emma Frost, Loki probably the next one to go. Now, here's an interesting one. You might, this should be a protect onto the support, unless they want to prioritize the tank, which they will prioritize the tank. So we are gonna be getting a Magneto out. Obviously, if there is going to be a Dance of the Butterfly onto the squishy backline, if they don't have Luna or they don't have Adam with any defensive balls, they can instantly protect him. And then right after that, it's going to be a DPS ban away, so no more Hela, so there's no flex pick into any kind of a matchup into variables, and it's going to be a follow ban onto the Human Torch as well. As we stand into it, there's a lot of good picks that can still go through. There's still plenty of like defensive ults that they can actually just channel through. So Luna Snow, Invisible Woman, completely opened. It means that they are trying to reduce the impact of anything of a burst. So it's a smart kind of a pick. I do like it, but also gotta just be careful because Punisher is out free and with enough of a support with Rocket free as well. Like your front can absolutely just get melted.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough one to kind of challenge there, isn't it? And eager to see, I suppose, how they try and shield themselves to really avoid being melted there, because it definitely is a tough way to kick off into this one. But curious to see how it all goes down now. As you can see, based on the protect there of that Psylocke 6, just jumping straight onto it, Nova 1 in the same. So they're going to be dueling things out. I like to see the Iron Man actually coming through from Res here. You don't see that one too often, so it's great to see that one coming into the board there. And looks like, nope, not going to happen. Not going to happen. I was going to say, I was thinking, maybe not. But we're into it now. And let's see who's going to land the first blow.
Yeah, it would have been an interesting one, but without Hulk, no gamma radiation coming through, so it might not be the great season 0 to season 1 pick. Walsh taking a ton of damage and beating, but there he is still going to be okay. His health is going to be protected as they are going to quickly just execute 4 players on UNSW instantly. And it's just the damage that's popping through the invasive backline, everyone getting popped.
Yeah, getting popped it down there, and it's going to be the capture going in favor of Monash to kick off here. Genzo just holding back for the moment, trying to lead the charge for their team. We'll see if they are going to be able to take the waves forward, find the sound waves with Luna Snow there. Definitely feeling those sound waves, aren't we, Imp?
Yeah, we are, and this is going to be quickly pop. Little old does come in, and obviously followed by Invisible Woman. They do want to gain an entry. They do want to just force himself in, which is a pretty common tactic. If you're going to be bursting straight up, there is going to be the one reverse. There is going to be a quick hook, although not too much value is going to be given. He's going to be taken down very, very low. In the meantime, they are all bursting out their ults, trying to just stick to a good angle, try to save themselves. Genzo gets taken out by Assassin Main, and they do want to make a recommit back into it. He's going to get the reset. Looking at the reverse cracking impact, and there is just going to be another kill into Nova as well. In the meantime, the damage is still not going to be here, but that is a gorgeous hook, and that is going to be a nice little bit of a cleanup they are doing. Although the pressure is mounting in, it's still not a capture yet.
Yeah, not going to be a capture just yet there. We'll see if they are going to be getting one a step closer to it now. They do manage to tap down a few more in the meantime. Definitely a great usage of their characters, their abilities there. It could be clobbering time around the corner as well. So definitely excited for what's to come here. They're holding on to it. Percentage continuing to grow, holding back UNSW and their choke points there, but they're trying to pressure it out.
And they're trying to just keep on wasting the time. Percentage is still going up. When all 6 members are just completely stuck, they're going to have to burn. Muffin jumps out. Invisible Boundary is not going to be able to get him. And Nova also the same thing. They are completely just blocking that exit. And now, as expected, they quickly burn another ult, trying to get in. So Rezi is here, trying to buy some time. Here's the dunk. It's good. Both support goes down. And that's pretty much all of them. There is the OT that's coming through, but I don't like the chances. There's the final minute portal. Is barely makes it in, but without support players, you can only last for so long. So that first little bit of a round is gonna go to Monash.
Absolutely. Great start there coming through from Monash. They kick off with a bang there. Really great use of the Kraken impact. I think that we saw a lot of potential come out from Joji in particular. Just going on an absolute tear on that Winter Soldier. Business as usual, honestly, in Camp Joji. And definitely eager to see how things might change heading towards map, or rather, point two heading into this one, as we've got 3 ultimates built up for Monash here, pretty close to a 4th one, almost 2 to 3 for UNSW there, with the only one really able to be activated, the Dance of the Butterfly. So Monash really a bit of an edge here, and keen to unleash those sound waves in just a moment here, Em.
Yeah, I think when it comes down to it, Monash still has plenty of advantages given over UNSW. One Dance of the Butterfly, Bucky's going to be a charger as well. So if they do go for a quick early dive to the back, it might be something that they can play around Frost and buys a little bit more room. Feel like that might be the angle that they're going for. The thing is, there's still a lot of pressure to be trying to gain that, especially when you have the thing. There's just charging on the fall. You can't really dunk the man as well. So there is going to be a quick pause right now. But yeah, look, the situation that's going to be unfolding on point number 2 is that UNSW definitely has to do a lot of cleanup when it comes down to just raw pushing power. It sort of wasn't there at all in the first domination. And so in the second point, they need to be able to isolate at least one primary target to try to abduct or something, or maybe just play around to build their ults a little bit more. But in the meantime, Monash having 3 means that they will absolutely just do that first.
Yeah, exactly. They've already got the opportunity to activate there. They can really just stream themselves forward to just take their opportunities on point rather hastily here. Like, it's definitely a lot of great pieces to be able to have that opportunity to enable in unison there. So it's definitely going to be a nice early booster. But curious to see if they are going to be activating them all heading into the point there, because I'm sure they want to really consider their approach and not put all their eggs in one basket, so to speak. Otherwise, they could be in a bit of trouble. But certainly going to have ample time here to ponder on how they want to maneuver this one.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's also, it's something that we gotta notice. Muffin on Strange last week has been really good. Like, this man has been really good on the Strange. He was able to get a lot of good ults through. So Agamotto did place up really well, and he was controlling his spacing quite well. The thing is, we didn't really see it on the first map just yet. I mean, round one, map one, round one. And so it could just be one of those maps where it's not going to be working through. But oh, I thought we were just already back. False alarm. But yeah, with the Venom edition right now, it looks like they are going to try to buy him that space so he can maneuver a little bit better, and that way it will clear up the rest of the way for his support line. And you know, when you have your tanks really up at the front and one at the back to just control the spacing, it makes it much more easier for your support, given that the opposite side, yes, you do have a Psylocke, yes, you do have a Bucky, but the chances of you, like, you know, just grabbing them out of nowhere at the back or trying to take them off is going to be very reduced significantly, because, you know, supports like them can support each other and there's not enough dips that can really angle them down.
Yeah, exactly right. They don't have enough tools that they can count on here, and it's really going to be a tough time ahead. We'll see if they are going to be able to, I guess, find a way out of this one. You know, maybe they'll have a lifeline, or maybe they might be relegated to purgatory. Definitely going to be something to consider here. You know what I think would solve all of this, Emp? And
Mm,
it's a big call out, all right?
yeah.
I think that if they just played with Pikachu, they would just have no issues and they would automatically win. Nah, I'm just messing.
Yeah,
Shout
throw
out to
Pikachu.
Pikachu. Yeah. Yeah, throw Pikachu in. Yep, that's how we get the game to continue, everybody. We'll see we'll see what happens there. But no, shout out to Pikachu. Yeah, super sub for Monash.
Yep. And as is also, you know, hovering around Twitch. Let's go. It looks like action is back in. Dance of the Butterfly, Fate of the Two Worlds, instantly activated both sides. And then, you know, this is just gonna be the damage that the rest of Monarch is going for. But here comes the Agamotto. It gets a little bit of value, but not enough, because the rest of his team gets pushed back. He got into an awkward angle. And now Frost Leak res all down. Uranus W with only Assassin main left gets pushed off the point.
Pushed off the point, going again with the Kraken impact there. Definitely great to see. They are able to put that to good use, and early potential built up for Monash here. But UNSW, they got a couple of ults as well. Venom and Winter Soldier here with Lick now ready to activate as well. So things looking a lot better for UNSW. But here we go, Kraken impact jumping into it again now, trying to see if they can get more. WotOCE really doing a great job of just pummeling their way through their targets here. But Luna Snow activates that ult, keeping their team alive. WotOCE going down. Good sneak around from 6 there. Does find one. Genzo trying to activate as well. Not going to be able to do it. Venom jumping on top of it. Frost ready. Kraken impact though. Nova's down. They're finding all the DPS. The supports are going down. The targeting is tremendous here from Joji as they just rip and tear. Have not a care in the world. And that's the way you take the point. Clean sweep.
Oh yeah, I gotta give it to Joji right there. The way he aimed in isolated targets, that was a little bit crazy. Even though Genzo started the whole thing with his meteor, you know, you saw Rez instantly wrapping around, doesn't want to get one shot by the ult. And Joji, as I was just complimenting him, he gets taken out by his mirror right there. Dance of the Butterfly flies up, and off to Worlds, and that is gonna be the defense. But Jada gets taken out. It's a little bit more burst that they are trying to isolate and make sure that they can get a lick into this point. 81% is the capture. They need in, and they want it now. So the full investment is there. But the thing is, there is going to be the reverse from 6, and there is going to be the trade. The offense is still piling on, but it is not enough.
Yeah, not going to be enough there, and we'll see if they are going to be able to find enough in a second. Percentage goes down. Nova with it. Genzo, the executioner, and it will slice through. Burn into T'Challa with utter confidence there. Monash take it for their own and zone it out. A great victory to kick off this evening there, Amp, and they're definitely looking solid. Denzel going to be the MVP this time around, though. Definitely felt the impact of their supporting capabilities. I'm honestly surprised with the play that we saw from Joji in particular, that we didn't actually see Joji at the MVP there. But not going to be this time around, Amp?
Yeah, definitely didn't get there, but there was some points of critical mass that maybe he would have missed. If he didn't have done that last one, probably would have been. But look, this is only the first point, the first map. There's still more to come in this best of 5, and I'm looking forward to more.
Yeah, likewise. Welcome back, everybody, to the AEL University Elite Series. We are into our first semi-final of the evening here. Monash on to UNSW. And Monash have already come crashing in red hot in this best of 5, taking away map 1. But, Emp, we have another map and potentially many more. What's our next one on the dance floor?
Well, it looks like we are convoying. It's gonna be a good one. I love convoy maps. It's always fun to play around objective, and it's always fun to see, just how much of a slacking of disparity in strength that you do get from the teams, especially when you drop 1 or 2 members, and then the rest are thinking, all right, what do we do now? Do we retreat, or do we just eventually last until we get some team members back? It's always one of those slacking moments, but at the same time, it's one where you can have a lot of fun because there's so much varieties.
Yeah, absolutely. A great chance to have a lot of fun and be able to really showcase what you can do while doing it. So excited to see what this match is going to look like, whether UNSW is going to be able to find some kind of adaptation here. I think that there's definitely room for ways to try and rethink this one, but ultimately it's a very hard journey ahead, a very hard landscape to navigate. We'll see which direction they might yet choose to head in as we figure out our way into this one here. Big band phase definitely going to be, I guess, the silent battle before the real game begins.
Yeah, and also, UNSW, they are going to start Muffin with Jaloshi coming in for this second round. So this kind of convoy on Yggdrasil is actually, it's really fun. It's very standard. And once again, it's the same kind of band that comes in. Groot for the Captain America, the Protect, on the Psylocke. So both sides will most eagerly play it. This could also be the Bucky. Yeah, so it is going to be the same thing. So Bucky, it is still pretty much mirrored. Now over here, they can be looking to lock away. Well, depending on what Monash is going to be doing, they can be looking to lock away Magneto if they wish, but it's not a very high priority. The high priority here might be just looking to lock away a further DPS because they do have the first bank in reverse, but it's going to be the support. So low-key, this is still pretty much the same thing that we got from the first pick and ban.
Yeah, you can see similar picks are just being locked in there and locked out. Like, they've locked in the Psylocke again. This time, a Human Torch is on the way through, so definitely eager to see how they navigate that one. But big focus around some of the tanks, which Monash might prefer to have available to them. So they're going to have to adapt around that. Ooh, hella locked in. Uh-oh. This is looking dangerous, Emp. I'm already worried and curious to see how they navigate that. But let's see. Ooh, Invisible Woman's gone. So one more to go here. Curious to see what they're going to be trying to tap out of this one. I can see the Adam Warlock hover coming through from Denzel there. So definitely eager to see how that one plays out. I know having that res is definitely a big impact play, especially on the support side. So a big toolkit to rely upon. But speaking of relying upon, we are not going to be relying upon Emma Frost.
I think it doesn't really come as a surprise when you have the better DPS in the current metas that's going to be coming through on round number 2. Obviously, they were locked away in the beginning, but as soon as you are going to be locking in the Human Torch, you're going to have to counter. If you do have the ability to counter with super DPS side, you will. Hela's fastest, and you will aim aerials or even back support really fast. That's why it gets so much of a ban. Taking out Invisible Woman here, it's a good choice, only because the Invisible Boundary here can play too much into effect. When she does come in with her abilities to push and pull, as well with her shift ability, it just creates such an annoying setup to play around the convoy. It's one of those moments that you can respect from both sides, but at the same time, if you do look at the side of how they pick, Assassin Main is still going to be sticking around with the Bucky. They realize just what kind of defensive power that they do want to play around with. Jello-ish is going to be on the Cloak and Dagger, obviously to optimize maximum potentials and also be a little bit more safer towards this push from Monash that does have a very big Thor leading at the front with a Strange. It is going to get very aggressive.
Gonna get very aggressive, and let's see who's gonna be able to trade it out a blow for blow here. Oh my gosh, Joji from downtown already shuts down the assassin main, looking to take down the tanks as well. They're getting forced out of position. Do find Wosh, a good trade through, but Joji is just activating right now. Does manage to lock him out. So, big start here. And we'll see what else they're going to be able to bring, but already they're able to maneuver that up towards that first point there, Amp. This is, oh my gosh. It's a dangerous start. I feel very afraid for UNSW right now.
This is what I was talking about, you know, when you lose 1 or 2 and then you just have to like instantly just back off. It's one of those things that you have to choose. And one thing, if people don't know, is that, you know, Wosh can get rested. That's why he is super aggressive. If Joji gets any finishers, they will be able to just activate the passive that will quickly resurrect. I'm trying to struggle. Resurrect as Guardians. Yes, there we go. We have it. So he's not going to be that much of afraid to be pushing. It's also going to be one of those things that you want to do. Hunter Sight be activated as well. They do want to quickly get as much dips as possible. Trying to get this one in. Res is just so low. So they're going to have to try to compulate. There is going to be fade of both roles. Activated by Lick. Trying to make sure they can take out everything else. And so the butterfly on top. In reverse. Look at the distance being bought. And there is going to be the Kraken impact right on top. Assassin May gets taken out by 6. There is going to be a full rest, but of course, Goddess of Death onto the top. Lick onto a site. Barely gets away, but it's cut off from the rest of the team.
Yeah, going to be able to activate nice and smoothly there. Definitely excited for what's to come from that one, but my word. It's definitely a tough challenge ahead here. Do have the Eye of Agamotto to try and shut things down, but really just how much are they going to be able to do with it? You know, they might be caught in the Hunter's side again from 6 there. We'll see. You can see that one getting up in percentage very, very quickly here, but saying that, they're already managing to shut down Wosh. Do manage to bring Wosh back thanks to Rocket there, looking for more. 6 already using the ultimate. And it's great to see the impact of that one just into the Hunter's site, saying goodnight to Nova and pushing their way up to the second point here. So, another one bites the dust. And they just ain't stopping right now, and they're just shooting ahead like a bullet train.
Yeah, Monash definitely have really good pacing right here. I think all credits to Wosh and being supported right there. So it buys tons of room for Joji to be aiming. And then at the same time, you know, it's just relentless coming in. It's like, yes, you're going to be trying to do something. Guess what? I got your backline. Clobber time. Instantly fade up both rows. Dance with the butterfly. Trying to just get this one over. Once again, not finding the mark right here. Jaded is happy to be throwing it back with Denzel protecting. Eye of Agamotto does come through, but it's not very much of a shutdown. He gets the one, but there is the rest on top. Assassin Main, meanwhile, the same thing. Gets taken out, brought back, and there is still the push. The danger is still right here as Georgie goes through, goes for the kills. Can quickly activate and just go on top, but says no, there is a lot of room. There's not enough for me to use my ult, so it's not worth it. Look at that time. Look at the space. Walsh is just relentless.
Absolutely relentless, and no hesitation there. Really giving it their all here. We'll see. They are going to be able to find more. There we go again. Straight into the Hunter's site now. Just chopping away at their HP bars. It's great how they can just spam the shots and get full hundreds on that super sensory vision, isn't it? Or rather, more to follow. But we'll see what they can do. They jump into it again. Assassin main finding a bit of a comeback here. Definitely looking to find more. Really great to see the Archer's focus activated. And great to see more to follow.
I'm a little bit surprised that the rest of Monash didn't want to activate just right there. Like, Joji definitely had Goddess of Death to try to buy room. But the thing is, obviously, as soon as your tanks all go down and get pushed back too much, I think they were just there saying, all right, let's go for a reset. We still got 3 minutes to go. And so, Frost trying to get more aggressive. Nova, meanwhile, with Assassinate, they are going to quickly take out the backline as well. Welsh gets taken down. The resets are coming in for Assassinate. He is doing very well. And I gotta say, if you are here to try to defend on this choke point, this is the one to make your final stand. You're gonna stop you. Finally, finding some groove.
Yeah, getting the groove here, and honestly, it's good that they found it, even if it did come a little late. It's great that they have managed to find it now, because if they can even continue to just put a stop to Monash here, it's already a big dub here. But speaking of dubs, we do have the amplifier activated. Jaded trying to pump up their team, make them do more here. BkWhatOCE coming out as well. Great to see Frost trying their best to stop them in their tracks, but again, here comes the Hunter's Sight. They are just locking in right now. Archer's Focus dealing all the damage here for Six and Co, and we'll see what else they can do as Lunar Snow manages to help them hurl themselves through. Six locking in all the damage there, and Joji has the ultimate available as well. Goddess of Death will be able to shut them down. My gosh, it's just an absolute bloodbath.
That was a bit disgusting coming from Monash. That final point where, finally, UnitedSW has got a little bit of reset, got a little bit more room for themselves, but it was just too late. Monash said, we're way too ahead, let's get some damage, let's get some boost through, and you just see it. Goddess of Death doing tons of damage, and then on top, Welsh coming in with Genzo, both activating their ults as well. Clobber Time plus AGON. No matter how many Fate of both roles are going to be throwing, guess what? Right after that, there's the double damage boost coming through, and it's just a ton of damage. You can't really buy yourself enough defense. And so, now we do go into the reverse. Let's see if UnitedSW has the answer to, go through just as relentless as Monash. Remember, they have to push all the way to the end. They must do it. Otherwise, they just completely lose the second round.
That's right, my man. Otherwise, they are going to be completely shut out of this one here, and we'll see how this one plays out. I'm already liking a bit of a change up from UNSW here. Squirrel Girl, definitely not the most common pick, but if it ain't working, why not try something different? So certainly excited to see how this one plays out for them. Whether the assassin main is going to be able to assassinate those TPS on the enemy team, because Six and Joji was able to make such a grand impact there. We'll see how things go down. Getting into this next one now. UNSW on the attack here, ready. Around the back. Now ready to go. Here we are, and it's time to get cracking.
Okay, and this is a really quick one as well. UNSW, they say you can do it, we can do it as well. Assassin main, locking, Squirrel Gold, that's already a lot of damage. However, Leak gets rest instantly right after. Might be a little bit of bad news, so there is going to be pushback. Plenty of pushback, may I add. 2 kills already going down, and now a little bit more. There is going to be the jump away, but Frost doesn't get to the jump away just enough when he was trapped. And now this is the classic. When you get locked onto your spawn on a convoy map, it's one of the worst things that you can do, so they might have to think about a little bit more else. Finesse when coming down, it's definitely not there just yet. There is a little bit of confusion, but the full team does come back out once again. There is not going to be too much of a change just yet. However, Kraken Impact ready to go. Nice little bit of hook. Might just be waiting for a amplifier, and here comes the amplifier, waiting for anything that's low. Doesn't want to be activating just yet, but here we go. First one, impact on one, looking for the reset, but it's quickly gonna be blocked away. Locked back once again to the spawn.
Yeah, locked back. We'll be retreating here. Good isolation from Monash there. I'd be very afraid if a bionic hook hit right now from Joji. In a bit of trouble. Speaking of trouble, Assassin main turning him to rubble here. A good way to try and bring yourselves back. Do have the ultimate coming out from Lunar Snow here as well. It's great to see. Can take the center stage and start dancing here. As we jump into it once again. BkWhatOCE comes out. They can try and bring him down. Genzo, great for it. Does find many a kill there, but Frost and Jaloshi going to do more themselves here, but still They've struggled to get it even over the first point of the map here, Amp. It is a tough act to follow.
Yeah, this is looking a little bit dire for you to stop you. Assassin main quickly going to be switching, so there is going to be the Mantis and the Magic switch. Oh no, we are going to be seeing a Venom. So it looks like they are going to try to dive their way. Nope, let me correct myself once again. It's going to be the Torch. They do want to just box them out. However, the right clicks, they are not letting the right way, but it's at least going to be able to buy a little bit of pressure back in. I can just tell. Frost going down really early, but the one combo we do get a rest is gonna find it instantly, but it's gonna get executed instantly. Denzel, there was the beacon, gets himself back up, and the situation hasn't changed all that much. UNSW still struggling to find a foothold outside of their base. I really hope that they can find something, but the answer might just be a little bit too late here.
Yeah, it could be too little too late. As they try and get out the gate here. Dash to the Butterfly comes out, but here we go. 6 again. Activating the Hunter's Mark there. They are doing absolute crazy work. BkWhatOCE jumping in on as well, trying to charge them back into spawn there, saying you shall not pass, and they'll be blasted again. Just over 30 seconds here, and hopes are dwindling by the second.
Yeah, absolutely. There is almost nothing left in UNSW's tanks. The one thing that I don't want to see is a Punisher. Just don't bring out a Punisher and sit the turret down, because you're not going to be able to gain anything, no matter how much you do. But then at the same time, what's going to be the answer? UNSW, here comes Supernova trying to finally maybe push them in. This could be what they were looking for. Of course, you got to look to take some targets out. There's nothing just yet. There is the Luna coming in, defending the jump into the Eye of Agamotto, cracking impact right on top. We have a little bit more reset. Yes, we do. Looking at the rocket, looking at it, but that's going to be a quick jump into space. But the rest is when your support is not around to heal. You're not allowed to do anything, including your Eye of Agamotto in your reverse. Everyone's going down. And this is just a destroyment coming in. Monash has closed it out.
Closed it out, and will be able to succeed on taking that second map there. Amazing confidence showing from them pretty much the whole way through. It's a tougher time for UNSW here. BkWhatOCE only need one more map, and that will place them straight into the grand final here. And it's going to be 6 taking MVP on the Hawkeye this time. Good impact coming through there. The Hunter's Mark definitely doing it. Great stuff there. Love the ultimate, but we'll see who's going to be able to take the mantle. Heading into our third map here, UNSW have got a lot to do and a lot more on their plate, Ebb. It's a tough time ahead.
Yeah, absolutely in agreement. That ferocious push from the get-go was unbelievable coming from Monash. They just said, all right, it's time to go. We're going from the front to the back, and then we're going to capture. They were only stopped very briefly before the final point, and even then, it was too little too late. And then into the reverse, UNSW, they tried a few different strategies. They tried to go from the back. They tried a lot of different strategies, but I felt like they still don't have the answer that they were looking for, and it was just too much of a difference when it came down to how they were managing their ults and how they layered it in. Not enough space, getting choked out from the first point. It's a rough one.
Yeah, it's definitely been a rough one, and eager to see if they can try and claw their way out of it. They've got a lot to ponder on between maps here, and I hope, for their sake, they're going to be able to find a recipe for success. Even in the most dire circumstances, there's always a way. We'll see if they can find it right after this break. Hello! Welcome back to the AEL University Elite Series. Matzy and Emperor ZK coming to you live with our first semi-final once again. Next map on the horizon here, but you know what else is on the horizon here, Emp? A sub in for Monash. The MVP has made their appearance. Pikachu is here!
Woohoo! Well, let's just say, if we're talking about the man, the legend himself, the one that says, I am here ready to go any single time. Yep. He is finally gonna get onto the map, and of course, we're gonna have a convergence one. Pikachu just says, doesn't matter what map I'm gonna be playing, I'm gonna be getting that MVP, so give me that sweet glory.
Oh yeah, they are gonna be fighting for honor and glory there. Definitely excited to see what they are gonna be able to do here. Definitely keen for how this map plays out. You know, I think with the change up of composition there, we could have a bit of a different UNSW coming forth into the matchup as well. Definitely going to be exciting times ahead here, Amp, and definitely keen to see if this is their chance to swing things back in their favor or whether this could be the end of the road. The time for Monash to make it to the grand final. It's make or break. And we jump straight into the pick ban phase.
All right, let's see if we're gonna have anything different, switching it up. And we had Captain America, that was always banned first, but now we have a focus on Psylocke first. So, it can be just DPS for DPS, DPS for tank at this stage, unless they want to go into anything special for the support. But I feel like on the side of UNSW, they don't have to think about it at all. So it is going to be that Captain America straight up ban away. The Protectee, I guess you can look for anything else. You can be looking for maybe to locking a different DPS, because DPS didn't really work out on the side of UNSW, but they are going to prioritize a Groot. So Monash knowing this, they know this kind of pick and ban, so they focus on a DPS. One tank that's usual ban can be protected, and it's going to be a Bucky from Monash.
But here's the thing, Em. The reason it wasn't banned straight away is because we have Pikachu in the game now. And we've seen Pikachu have Groot as their staple pick playing for Monash. So protecting that, UNSW might have even played themselves a little bit there. Definitely eager to see what comes out next, though. There you go. It's going to be a Human Torch ban. Don't want to see that one again. Let's see what's next on the chopping block here. Will it be the Winter Soldier? That would not surprise me in the slightest. But, nah, that one's locked in already. Wishful thinking. But we'll see what's next. I'm curious if it's going to jump into, like, that Emma Frost approach again. The thing. That makes sense. Because we've seen a lot of impact come out of the thing there, especially from Monash.
Well, I guess if they're going to be looking to just lock away primary tanks here, it's not going to be too bad of an essence, because Emma definitely can be protected, or Magneto. One way or the other, you're going to have to face one, right? And so Monash here can just be looking to do whatever here. They don't really have to protect anything, because everything is now pretty much open. The Thor coming in here, which means that they are going to try to bait into a Hela. So Hela should be coming up as a ban for UNSW, provided that Monash is not even going to be thinking about it. They're probably thinking about a possibility of a support ban. Or in the meantime, they can still look to lock away all primary tanks, and that way force UNSW into an uncomfortable position. I mean, I know there's plenty to go with, but there is going to be a ban on that support. So Loki ban away, which possibly is the best option that you can do to just play safe, to have a little bit of sanity coming out into here. Don't have to be dealing with double invisible boundaries. Doesn't have to be doing with anything else when it comes down to it. Now, most importantly here is that we have an Adam Warlock angle as well that can be coming in. Mantis ban away, so they're not going to be falling into the Hela lock, which is fine. This is pretty much, you don't need to be playing it if you don't want to. But in the meantime, because Adam Warlock is now fully open, Groot is open, it makes into a very wild comp.
Absolutely. And Emma Frost being open as well really does open a plethora of opportunities here, right? Because you can see a full change-up coming out from UNSW here. They've brought out the Wolverine. They got Winter Soldier, Rocket, Luna. They got Emma Frost and Groot there. On paper, that's a really strong comp, especially having that Wolverine available. I feel like they can shred through their tanks there. It's definitely a big one. But we'll see how things play out. WotOCE ready on the Thor there. Pikachu has switched off to Black Widow. That is not what I was expecting at all. I'm curious whether they're going to keep that pick there.
Look, they haven't even started. It could just be a troll for now, as they are just discussing the options. But it wouldn't really surprise me if you
Maybe
just
the team
decided
up,
to.
right?
Yeah. Nah. Surprise! I am Groot. So Groot gonna be brought out here. Both sides gonna have it. Frost is gonna be on that Emma Frost, of course, true to his name. But you can see a damage is gonna be popping into Pikachu, but Pikachu just gonna shrug it off. Meanwhile, you know, this is a very fast pushing kind of a play that they can go through. WotOCE with that Thor on the offside, just trying to bait out a little bit. They are all gonna try to just maybe hassle from the back line. So you can see WotOCE trying to play primary into it. And Pikachu was cut off from it. Not much that you can do about it, but there is going to be a quick turnaround. Assassin main is on the Wolverine here. It's a very strong pick. Can be shredding the tanks really quickly, but you can tell just how fast the rest of UNSW, they are trying to play into it. But Leak is thinking about Genzo. That's a bit of a bad news because that's one of the biggest primary support. And yeah, this is the dive that I was afraid of. When you lose one support, the rest dives in because it is just too strong. And now UNSW, they've lost that first point.
They sure have. That's going to be a tough one to try and follow up here, but good for Monash to push themselves over the line here. Right on to the payload stage here. And we'll see if they are going to be able to do more. Pikachu now approaches the floor, ready with the walls, ready to stall them out here. I love how they're isolating that line of sight, but same can be said on both sides, right? It's a battle of the walls. Pikachu does not back down.
Cracking Impact just evaluating what they want to be smashing in here. He's not going to be finding it. Galactic Legend, they are all just going to be popping it, every one of them. But the thing is, all the action is from WotOCE on the bottom. It says, well, if you're all going to be looking at the top of that quick second, let me quickly, you know, just get my route activated. Let me show you what I've got. You heard of Odin Force? This is the Thor Force. I am an old man, and I can just push you all the way back into the new spawn. It's a rough one. UNSW have struggled immensely coming to this one. They try to get the prison out. There is gonna be a quick karmic revival, just channel to the side, just in case. But at the same time, you know, you can see that pushing power, the annoyance being brought by Denzel, the annoyance from the off angles that's coming in. Sonic Seduction is gonna be here, as there is gonna be the full prison. He wanted to just activate everything else over there. He didn't want them to go around. But you can see Frost doing a ton of damage on the top. They might finally find something equal to maybe a defensive point. But right now, it's still a massive struggle.
Major struggle there, and we'll see if they are going to be able to find a way out of it now. They do have options available here. Frost. Ready and waiting around the corner here. Could spot Pikachu in a second. Monash already looking to approach from above, below. They're everywhere you go. Genzo does have the Kraken Impact available as well if they want to look to get on top of it here. I like how they've changed up the roles a little bit, right? Because normally you see Joji playing that DPS. Genzo more on the tank there, but it's good they're adaptable. Speaking of adaptable, Goddess of Death coming out, trying to do a bit more damage. Not going to be able to get them though. Luna Snow's ult keeping them alive. But there's another Kraken Impact. Nova gets kill after kill. Kraken Impact locking down. This is the wipe up they needed. Go again and again.
Yeah, finally we see a little bit of life come through from UNSW. When you let the Groot through, he is going to combo. One of the most simplest activations does come in. And then right after that, you know, you get strangled into that prison, locked in place, and the impact comes crashing down to your face. And now, Monash, they do have to ready. I think they're waiting for their turn. Pikachu just a little bit low, 82%, but he's going to get on due to this fight. And so Galactic instantly just trying to lock a little bit into the front. They are going to try to buy their room, trying to bait something out. There is going to be the play, and they are trying to immediately activate. And Genzo, a huge impact, gets everything. That's 4th next to his name. The last one running back. You can see just how much of a cracking impact that was on the side of Monash. And they say, whatever you can do, we can do as well.
That's the one there, Emp, and they will be able to take them by surprise. Pikachu ready for a surprise attack too. Puts the wall up, all straight back. Does not want to get caught there by Emma Frost. They will see a bionic arm. Bionic hook take them down there. Good stuff from Anuba. Gonna be able to find Genzo. Here comes the ult. Frost is ready. Lots of passive damage coming through here. They do take down Jaded, Denzil, Pikachu, all going down. UNSW putting up one hell of a fight here. And they are keeping this one on solid ground.
Great recognition from Frost. Knows that the front 3 is definitely going to be dying. Wanted to channel the Sonic Seduction a little bit to the back to see if we can get a little bit more. As a result, you know, it's a nice little bit of a wipe. One of the key reasons that you don't want Frost to be messing around in a very wild comp. When you have Groot, when you have Emma Frost, that's just unleashed. It's so tough for both teams to come through. And now there is going to be Visual Boundary, and there is going to be the old release God of Thunder from Walsh instantly taking out Jeloshi. They find the backline just continuously channeling, and that is exactly what I'm talking about. When you play Thor, you are aggressive. You are not passive. They just want to be playing and try to finish this one as much as possible. Rez is going. It's a complete team wipe. Walsh here looking at to set up at the choke point here. You go through. He's just going to dive down. And of course, with the fog right in front of you, when you do get cut off, you're just completely gone without support. So you can see Assassin trying to get a little bit cute here. But because Denzel has switched off from Star-Lord, now it's just going to be channeling as much of the bomb, and there is going to be the final act coming through. There is the quick wombo, and Nova is here looking at the reset from the Kami Revolver, trying to get more resets, trying to get a little bit more. He just might, and that's going to be another one. Looking, does he go for it? Yeah, he says maybe not.
Maybe not, but maybe so. They're at the final stretch here. Let's see if Genzo can hit the cracking impact of their life here with a Denzil. We'll be looking to jump in as well. Squirrel Girl does have the ultimate here. Let's see if they are going to find that opportunity to activate. We already are going past the minute mark. Squirrel Girl's ult's running wild right now. And here it comes, cracking impact. Jumping into it, not going to be able to hit much of anything there. Frost reacting in kind, a big meteor or not. They are trying their best to keep this game going, but WHOOSH is now targeting those supports.
Yeah, you target support. There, oh, the backline just got melted. WHOOSH, man, this guy, he is just absolutely a crazy force to be reckoning with. Like, if you had to give a little bit of a vote here, you got to have a look at WHOOSH, right? Pikachu comes in, provide as much room as possible for the rest of his team to maneuver. And then, you know, that's the main tank. Right after that, when you have a Thor that's completely unchecked, who says I have enough charges? You know what? You don't pay attention to me? Guess what's going to happen now? I get all those hits in. I'm in power. There's nothing you can do about it. And so he gets one support down, and then the rest just falls apart. It's so crazy how much value this pick has been on the side of Monash. And it's something that people need to really respect and look into. Now we have the reverse. UNSW, like, they have good potential powers. They've had really good mix-ups. Res being the first one, and then right after that, Nova comes in, Wombo straight up. It has worked out really well, but the thing is, it's not enough just yet. Frost also provided plenty of value on the Sonic Seduction, but the thing is, when you can't support that backline, you know, when you do give too much room out, and the backline can't play into this comp, and this is something that Monash is taking advantage of. So I would like to see a little bit of a switch up.
Yeah, we'll see if they are going to have a chance to hit that switch up here as well, because if they don't, could have a bit of an issue. We'll see what is going to be in store for us as now the timer runs its course. We are ready to set sail into the next round UNSW on the attack. Monash now on defense. And Pikachu, not going to be playing Groot this time, brings out Penny Parker. And it's time for the mines to come out. They yearn for the mines, and they are going to be explosive.
Oh, a very cute ship coming in from Genzo. Really wanted to abduct someone. Does the assassin main, so there is going to be the Wolverine mirror as well. It's very strong. When you have Groot, there is something of a Wolverine always working to the back. And now, you can see just how much damage that is bringing in. The value is high. But Denzel quickly activates the Tsunami. And there is going to be the touchdown onto Assassin Main. He gets taken out by Genzo. But there's not enough room that's being bought. And at the same time, is Walsh flying in and out, trying to re-abduct. There is going to be the invisible boundary coming through. You can see just how much of a lockdown there is going to be the Spider Sentry that's getting taken down. And there's a relocation from Pikachu. All the value in the world is coming in from Monash as they are just completely blocking the entry. But at the same time, UNSW, there is still the quick response coming in. They still just have a little bit coming in. Res is going to go down though. This might be bad. You can see 100 rage on Genzo. Shit, is just gonna completely shred everyone.
Emp, I want to hear more of those sound effects from you, to be honest. I feel like if we had no game sound, we could improvise. I feel it. Like, right now, what are you predicting these, like, sounds are going to be like for Pikachu here?
Pikachu,
yeah.
I guess, when he throws the mine, that was like... like that, and how it comes out, it's like, and then it's like, boom, like that kind of expression.
It's time to group up though, and time to get down to business. Rez ready with the ultimate here, trying to get close enough. Oh, it's massive. Look at that. They are locked down. Kraken impact coming out as well. Good shot coming through from Nova here, jumping on more of them. It's reactivated again and again. Surely not, and it will be. They've got another one. Bang! It's all on again. Trying to shut down Pikachu as well. Not going to go too deep to the sun, but that is massive. That's how you take control of the convoy.
We just have to wait for one of those moments. If you're not gonna give me the respect that you should be, and you let me just get away with it, guess what? I'm gonna melt everyone. Wow, great angle. The fall off is just as good though. Never so close to taking out his target. And at the same time, a little bit of a cute moment. Joji did switch into a Spider-Man, try to dance and just waste some more time for the rest of his team, but unfortunately, it did not really work out. And so, as we do have the convergence, now we're gonna start pushing, right? This is the power that UNSW now might be getting. They both have plenty that they can play around. Gotta be careful here though. Oh, and Genzo getting taken out here was good. He was slowly trying to walk up and get everyone else, but that's a great angle to be completely just getting the ult through from Squirrel. And at the same time, Wash getting blinded from the Cloak and Dagger peak as well is going to be working out. Nova drags him straight back. The room has been brought, and here comes UNSW.
Here they come, here they go, and let's see which way they're going to flow. They hold it back a second longer now. Good shots from Frost there, just trying to hold them back. Ooh, here we go. Luna Snow ready and waiting. Do have that Groot ultimate available, but Luna Snow going to be able to push them up. Monash great on the defense here. Looking to see what else they are going to be doing here. Magneto ready for the slam. Dark Denzil is out. We'll see if more are going to follow. Nova ready with a Kraken impacts there, but it's Genzo, rip and tear. They show how crazy they can be, and it will be sending them packing.
Huge damage. What an entry coming in. Joji says, you know what? They're almost at the point. I'm going to rebuild my meter anyway, so let me quickly just activate so the rest of you can quickly go in. And with Genzo was able to build up the rage to 100. Right after that, just splits way too much power into UNSW. And now UNSW, they have a unique situation though. Like, Rez is still ready one more time. Jeloshi is going to have hers. So I'm not too overly concerned about the abilities to quickly push the second one. So there is going to be the play. They're also going to utilize the win as well on the stage so they can go up. Here comes Whoosh. and it's got pretty good value, but not enough just yet. It's just gonna quickly get them down, and they're gonna invest. I like this coming in because it means that they're gonna get reset one more time. The ult is a little bit late coming in from Jeloshi, so as much as they wanted to save their teammate, this is just gonna be a little bit of stall while they wait for the tanks to come back in. And you can see it. Walsh says, well, you know what? If you are going to be playing into this game, I'm just going to keep on staying on top. I'm happy to be playing. And there is going to be the complete shutout. They're pushing them back all the way. And Monash is feeling super confident.
Super duper confident is what they're going to be feeling there. And they are on top of the world in this one. We'll see if they are going to be able to keep it up, though. Lunar Snow ult comes through there. Do have the Kraken impact available as well for Nova here. Trying to see if they can find the right angle, but time is only going to trickle down here. On Genzo, it's time to go hunting again. They're tearing them up right now, looking to rip them apart, and what a great way to stall some time here.
Yeah, it's completely unchecked. It's like, what do? You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You look at that Wolverine, the Wolverine says, excellent. You want to do anything towards me, I'm happy to build that rage and provide that room. And then there's Washington to the side. And Denzel this whole time, completely unchecked. When you give Squirrel this much to play around with, it just starts to build up. And now, when I said it wasn't going to be that bad, and here comes the rest of the layer. All the ults are going to be channeled in. You can see there's going to be a trade. Rez and Pikachu both going down. But Lick is down as well. That's a little bit of bad news. And right now, you can see it. Wash going to quickly buy himself a little bit of time. Jumps through the portal in and out. Going to be looking for his target. Ganzo and Jaded is out. Nova is going to be providing that value. And you can see it. They do want to make a final claim into it. And as the rest of Monash trying to play into his OT, I'm afraid that front line is all gone. They're a little bit too far split, trying to save him into the trade. It's not going to be working out. So UNSW might get the opportunity onto the final, but the thing is, your support is gone. That's a little bit of bad news, and if your support is gone, your DPS might not survive. Nova's final stand here. Gonna know. Oh, he doesn't even get that front. That's really rough. And you can see it. This is the mirror. This is the dark. And Kenzo has the ult. Can just look at it. Yep, you don't even get anything. And that is gonna be the third one.
That is so right, Eb. They will be able to lock it down. So, Monash have secured their spot in the grand final. UNSW have been sent packing, and it will be our first grand finalist, locked and loaded. Whoosh, going to be the MVP this time as well. My gosh, but this isn't the end of the journey for UNSW. They still have another chance in our third place matchup coming in next week there. And but what a night this has been so far. My gosh.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if we wanted action, we instantly got it. I was a little bit surprised by a full lock-in. Obviously trying to get the Thor pick here, but I wasn't expecting just how much of a devastating effect it would have had. Well, we should definitely give him that MVP deserved into the final map, even into when we were playing Convoy. That was something that I was super surprised about. There was just so much pushing power coming in. They used the Hela as a backup on Joji. But at the same time, you look at UNSW, they have plenty of good opportunities, plenty of good players coming in. Nova, Rez, and of course Assassin Main, all three channeled as much as they could when it comes down to the team play with the Groot, with the Kraken impact. I think it's a contention, right? They are going to be in a good place for that third place onto next week.
Absolutely. I think that even if, tonight they didn't get to play as well as they would have hoped there, they still showed that there is a reason why they made it to the playoffs in the first place, right? They were able to play super duper well. They were able to hold them back to an extent. So I think that they definitely played their cards and did the very best that they could with them. But ultimately, Monash are going to be the victors at the end of the day here, and definitely eager to hear all about it very soon. But UNSW, furthermore, curious to see who they're going to come up against.
Yep. I think it will be a good question here. I mean, we do have more players coming in. But yeah, like the thing is, UTS versus Monash. Sorry, UTS versus RMIT after this. And that's going to be a very nice play as well. I believe it's going to be quite close. But more than anything else, like coming back into this, if you look at the current score, right? Look at Nova, 24 hits, definitely done plenty of work. 33k damage, and then on top, Riz was the primary responsible for tanking most of the time. Did plenty in that department as well, 61k just by himself. I feel like when it comes down to the rest, there was that disparity when it comes down to when they wanted to activate. The tank and the DPS definitely was on the same board. The support, I think, felt a little bit disjointed because the pressure was just completely piling on them. And it's the worst situation when you have to deal with divers. But in this kind of matchup, you don't really think too much about the diving. You think about the off angles. You think about what's going to be coming at you at the front. The off angles is not going to be as bad because there's two of you to support. Your front tank is going to make sure that you don't really have to worry about it. But it becomes a problem when the tanks are in your face or when the DPS are literally just running through and you're trying to, get yourself in. I don't know. It's a rough one. And of course, I'm a mega fan of when it comes down to using Wolverine. And so when I do see both sides having Wolverine and just shredding the way at the tank's health, I'm a happy guy.
Definitely what we like to hear, Imp. As long as you're a happy guy, I'm a happy guy. And hopefully we're going to stay happy all night long with these stellar games, Imp. It's been an incredible startup so far. And just a fantastic way to kick off our playoffs here, Speaking of, there you go, updated placements. As you can see, it's going to be Monash locked into the grand final there, taking away that first matchup, and 3-0 against UNSW in our best of fives. And our next matchup going to be UTS and RMIT, the winner of which will be joining Monash in the grand final. So, UTS have been almost near the top pretty much the whole season. It's RMIT's time to prove themselves and see if they are going to be able to take some control here. Definitely eager to see if they can stroll through, or otherwise it will end up in that 3rd/4th place matchup. So definitely going to be a proving grounds of sorts.
Yep, I believe it so. I think when it comes down to it, UTS has shown that they were very good. They has very good moments and momentum. I feel like RMIT still has a little bit of this and that to fix up from the last week. I do believe last week they played very well from memory. It felt like the gaps that they had in weakness was closed out. At the same time, it's strength. You go in, you're like, all right, we fixed up all of our problems. We are going through it. We are tackling every little bit of weakness that has come through. However, how much can we bring in into a next round? Into the next round would have been cool, and could have been even more cooler. But Matsy, please do our honors.
Do the honors? I reckon we can. It is time to honor us all with Denzel! Welcome, my man.
Hello.
Hey! Thank you so much for joining us, mate. It's much appreciated. And honestly, what a game from you guys, or what a series, as a matter of fact. Just, I thought you guys had turned it up to like 10 through the season, and then tonight you guys seem to have turned it up to 11. So I guess what's going on there? Like, do you feel like you guys were saving yourselves through the regular season?
Yeah, we've been just getting better as a team. Our team coordination has really improved throughout the season. And I think it's the best it's been so far. So, yeah.
Fair enough. Coming in, we saw all 3 maps. You guys dominated quite well. But I do quickly just want to go into map number 3. Map number 3, we've seen the pick and bans and Groot that comes through. And then right after that, you protected the Thor for Walsh, who just went away with it on map number 2. Is that sort of the same kind of mindset that you're going? Is like, get that Thor lock in and let this man play?
I mean, he wanted to play the Thor, and we knew it was already crazy. So, I mean, he just showed up, and it was great.
No, that's great to hear. And honestly, I'm curious. Why save Pikachu for the third map there? Because we all know he's the MVP, right? Why wasn't he out from the get go?
Yeah, I know, right? Ah, like, yeah, Pikachu wanted to play, and if we were 2 up, we are like, come in, man, show off your skills, you know, just to finish up and clean up the games. And yeah.
Fair enough. Well, look, you know, when it comes down uh, to the finals that you guys are now advancing in, how do
Oh.
you feel?
Excited, very excited. I think it's going to be a very good match, and we're very prepared, very ready, and yeah.
Yeah, I guess one final question for you: who do you think you'll be facing in the grand final? Do you think it's going to be UTS or RMIT?
I think it's going to be UTS. They're a pretty strong team, and yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I reckon we'll see that proven very soon. Keep your eyes on the stream for that one, mate. Definitely excited for the result. I personally am hoping for, the underdog story. I'm hoping RMIT can keep it competitive, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks so much for joining us tonight, mate. You've had a hell of a night. You definitely deserve some rest. You guys have played absolutely stellar and can't wait to see what you guys do in the grand final.
Awesome.
There you go. So great to get some insights there, Emp, and definitely keen for what this next matchup is going to bring as well as we take a look at it right this second. Maybe. Nah. Nope. We're not going to take a look at it yet. We're going to get prepared for it first. So we'll go to a break quick, everybody. We are going to be into our next matchup very soon. UTS RMIT on its way. Welcome back, everybody, to the AEL University Elite Series. Matzy and Emperor ZK coming back to you after an incredible first series. And you know what else is incredible? Our sponsors! AGON by AOC, the #1 gaming monitor brand in the world. AGON by AOC provide best-in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs. I've got AGON by AOC monitor right over there. It's incredible. Check them out. But you know who else you should check out? It's
Indomie, the noodle partner made with high quality flour and selected ingredients and spices. A plate of Indomie Migarang will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of the flavors available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au. I actually have a nice 6-pack like in my cupboard, so definitely stocked.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. We can have a couple each, and then there'll be one spare. We'll have a showdown to see who can take the final Indomie. We love to see it. No, we love to see it. But great stuff. Make sure you check out our sponsors, everybody. You know them. We love them. But you know what else we love? Games. Games. Marvel Rival games. But we'll see what that is going to look like right now. It is UTS coming up against RMIT, our second semi-final, to find out who will be facing Monash in the grand final next week.
This is going to be the one. UTS has been very, very good. They were one of the undefeated teams until they met their defeat at the hands of Monash. And of course, RMIT, one of the teams that was hovering around the mid to the top, has been able to pick up a few games in the end to lock themselves in. They've had some very good games last week. And of course, right now, you know, this is their revenge against UTS. Can they prove themselves against UTS? Because if they do knock UTS down, they will be the one going up against Monash, who was able to 3-0 unanimous W into the first match. But of course, if they fall here, they're going to go straight into the third place placement. Unanimous W is going to be waiting for them, and I cannot wait for it.
I can't wait for it either, Amp. I think it's going to be absolutely crazy. Ooh, interesting. Definitely keen to see what's going to be on its way through here. But do you know what is going to be on its way through our rosters? Kaibe, Dinosaur Pillow, Milk, Jason, Soon, and Fluent for UTS. Seed number 2. Seed number 3, RMIT, Air Ninja, Smiles, Osaragi, Kari, Ethan Winters, 44, and Alk.
Yep, these are the players that we've seen do very well last week. Well, UTS did lose, but they still put up a hell of a show. I think the main one there being Jisoon, who was able to frag away. I feel like he's just a complete Chad. And when he was using Star-Lord, he put in plenty of good work. He put up the final contentions as well. And so, you know, that's something that we're going to be looking at. On the other side of RMIT, we did see Air Ninja do very well with the rest of his team. Alcon to the side with the support. And then on top, you know, the man has just been sitting. He's been a bastion of that defense, especially on his Magneto. So we are going to get the maps replay once again. And we are straight up into it. Matzy, please break us down.
Let's break it down right now. Definitely eager to see how it is all going to go down. I think we started on Bernard T'Challa, if I'm not mistaken. So keen to see how this one plays out. I got to say, this is probably one of the most difficult maps to start off on, you know. I think having to fight your way out of that choke point, it's just so difficult. And curious to see how things go down now. First ban coming through. Psylocke. Locked out. Jason and Kari not going to be able to play that one. Oh my gosh. We've got 4 Black Panther hovers right now, Em. A full team of Black Panthers. I'm scared. Looks like they're scared of Captain America on UTS.
Yeah, look, it's one of those maps. I actually want putting T'Challa to be off or maybe do some fix into the first point. This is just so hard, like you mentioned. And so Psylocke and Captain America, primary superheroes that you should lock away because they just do way too much onto domination. Venom pick over here by UTS is going to be interesting because it is something that they have played around. Soon's May onto it. We see Emma Frost coming through, and they are going to take away the option to play Spider-Man. which is smart because we have definitely seen a little bit of a flex pick here and there. It's always good to just eliminate it. And then onto the opposite side, there is going to be the Namor ban here. So the protect is going to be on the Lunar Snow. It's a very pick and chase when it comes down to it. UTS is coming in with a clear goal in mind. RMIT though, here's their option.
Here's their option. What are they going to lock down here? They've already got Emma Frost. And now they've got Groot. We've seen what happens when Groot gets locked in before. They're looking to go for the Pikachu experience here and really full send it on that Groot. But one more banner piece will be locked down now. Are we going to see maybe something like, there we go, a support. I was going to say Loki, but Adam Warlock actually going to be locked out this time. So, curious what UTS brings to the table here. Definitely not going to be locking out a Loki. Curious at what it could be gone. You know what would be so sad is if we saw Black Panther just disappear. And that full hover would just go to waste. So, you know, see you later. But it's going to be the Human Torch.
Pick your hero.
Yeah, I think this is the respect that they're going to be giving in. Hela and Bucky both going to be on the DPS side. Please lock in that Black Panther for me. This is one of those maps that I think Black Panther do very, very well. But at the same time, you know, it's a flex pick. Is how you're going. If I do it, it'll be, you have to respect and pick the mirror as well. It has to be a handshake because the tickled monster might not be able to input enough DPS for the full follow-up. It will be in the beginning, but afterwards it's all bad news. So Jisoo obviously is going to be the first one who says, come on, handshake me. I'm going to pick the Black Panther and maybe, you know, find a little bit of play into the mid capture point and continuously just climb the wall. And so entering, let's just say for example, you know, we run up the wall, we right click into it, you know, get the spear around. If you can get 2 separate ones, that'll be great, so you can keep on dashing and the spin kick out and then in and out again. Like, that's the maximum value that you're going to be getting. So focusing on Jisoo, if that's going to be the choice. And of course, when you do have that little bit of a beacon providing the value for the space as well, you get a mega jump that will help you to save the life as well. So okay, it looks like there's gonna be the stick. Jisoo is gonna be on the Black Panther still, and RMIT, they haven't picked to it, so they might just get the upper hand. So what's gonna happen?
What's gonna happen? This game's gonna get raging on is what's gonna happen here, Eb. 10 seconds until we unlock the mission area here. Dinosaur Pillow is ready to rip and tear. Let's see if they are going to be able to make something happen here. Kari already has jumped in. Fluid's down. Are they going to zone out more? Milk goes. Dinosaur Pillow to follow. RMIT, a grand start. And they are going to be able to take the initial percentage here. So good confidence. And now they've staggered Kaibe. That's a massive kill and really nullifies some of their tanking power.
Oh, you can see it. Wanted to quickly find Kyrie right there. Jeff is always going to be the best target for a Black Panther. The burst is huge. But at the same time, it hasn't really worked to their favor. Here comes the dive coming in soon. He's monstrous with his Venom. There is a lot of tanking in the beginning. The potential is huge. But the thing is, you let that Groot out with Emma. There's going to be too much space coming in. So soon he gets isolated. He gets taken out. The heads are going to be ding here. Dinosaur Pillow waiting to use his ult here. But Jisoo getting caught out. Dinosaur Pillow also gone. This is another risk they're coming in. UTS not finding the foothold that they were looking. But I don't think we're going to be seeing a switch just yet. They might just wait for Jisoo to build up the ult and use it into maybe going for the final cap. 46% onto the capture point is not too bad, but the most you're going to be able to get away with is maybe 1 or 2 more extended fights. But when you say that, Strangling Prison comes in, Meteor and finds Air Ninja. This is what you want to be seeing, as they are going to find out Q Sonic seduction to the side as well, but there is not going to be enough. There is going to be the Goddess of Death channeled onto the back, and they want to find everything else. They are finding the foothold they're looking for. You see Smiles trying to desperately go through, but here comes the finale of it, and I don't think we're going to be seeing way too much else, and there is going to be the 2 enemy spits.
And here we go. Big kills coming out for RMIT here. Locking it down right now. We'll see if Soon is going to be able to keep them afloat as well. Smiles doing a great job on Emma Frost right now. Percentage getting closer and closer towards the potential end here. If Soon can get on the point, OT timer could be locked in here. There we go. Ult comes through for Venom there, trying their best to hold on. A good activation of the big shield at the end as well. Going to be able to last a while longer, but their teammates now on point also. Certainly a big factor. Osaragi's gone down though, so this is a massive stall. You know, they diverted the attention directly to Venom. Now the enemies are starting to shut down some of RMIT's backline.
Here we go. Jisung goes down here, but it's going to be traded with Smiles, and now there is going to be a little bit of touch. Kaibe is on it, and Air Ninja desperately trying to get in. There is going to be the eyesight trying to peel him up, but there's going to be Elk taken down. Here comes the fate of both rails and God of Mischief as well. You do one, I do one, right back, Florence says. And at the same time, this is going to be a little bit of a sword. Both sides trying to quickly lock one down. But Osaraki gets picked one more time from the back. Soon, finally finding his value, is going to quickly try to reset this. Meanwhile, Air Ninja doesn't get the support here. They are trying to get it, but Jisung gets taken down right here. Kyrie, here's Jeff. Doesn't get any value for it, so it's just going to be a stall to the side. Cracking impact onto the side. But there's going to be the interrupt onto Air Ninja. He doesn't get to play here. He gets taken out. Dinosaur Pillar goes down right after. You can see it. There is still just plenty of defensive holes being blasted by both sides. What's the value here? Doesn't get it from Kaibe as well. It is still a big, massive contention. Both sides desperate, trying to find something, but Soon, super annoying into this play. He's finding the zone now. Kaibe is gone, but Osaragi, final value, trying to get the rest, and that should be the full lock.
Yeah, should it be? Maybe, maybe not though. Portal's certainly doing a great job to try and keep them afloat here. Smiles in big trouble. Jason takes him down. Uh-oh. They're fighting kill after kill. This is a great way to swing things up here. And they have managed to push their way over the halfway point, closer to RMIT by the second here.
Oh, man. They say, well, don't count us out just yet. We might just be able to surprise you. And just as they were looking to play for the OT, here comes a little bit more. They say, you strangling our corner, we strangle yours. How much power do you have? Soon is gone, but it's a Venom. He can just quickly swing back into action. And now here comes God of Mischief. Which one that we get? And there is going to be the play here. Flowen is going to be taken down by Kyrie. And he has another one to go through. Definitely can be activating. Bus can be waiting. AGON gets dropped into the middle here. The value still not enough. But you can see it. Here's Jeff. Finds two. And is immediately going to be escorted down. And those two players are just going to instantly go. RMIT found themselves back in 99% contention. And I tell you what, UTS, I had a little bit of doubt in the beginning. They did prove that they can play for the point. It is still RMIT recovering.
That's right. They will be able to recover their way forward in the end there. They definitely had a really convincing start and was almost confident they'd be able to get it over the line, but they had to work a bit harder for it, and it paid off in the end. RMIT up by 1 point now. UTS, are they going to be able to steal one back so we go all the way to the third point here? Or will it be all down to 2 with RMIT pulling through? It's definitely a difficult time ahead, and let's see who is going to be able to find their way to glory through the hard times here. 15 more seconds to set up. Both teams prepared for battle. 2 ults. 1 each team. Smiles ready. Kaibe one in the same. Soon pretty close with Osaragi there. So they have tools at their disposal. Let's see who is going to be able to activate as we jump in right now. Ethan Winters 44 keeping their team healed up and ready to go. It's time to get down to business, Em.
All right, you got 2 ults on each side. Can just be a quick dump of the ults as well. You can see it. Osaragi is just quickly gets the high ground. Sonic Seduction pushes them off. I don't like too much of this zoning value because it does provide you with just a little bit of room. But it's not enough, and Meteor AM comes out waiting for the support. It's gonna find both. That is huge value coming in, and Carbe will be taking it soon. Instantly jumps up right after that. They dive. You got no heals. Nothing else is going to be coming. Major mistakes has been committed right here when you're stacking on top of each other. And now, UTS, they will take it. It's a little bit of an opening. Meanwhile, got to highlight Jisoo still on Black Panther, ready to go. He is going to be tagged up, and I think, sharing the stage, when you pass it on to him, it is going to be quite strong. Meanwhile, Kara here, this just might be an annoyance because there's only one person looking after him, and when you're Jeff, you can run away with only one person. Maybe when it's two, you don't really get the same kind of freedom. Meanwhile, there is really not too much overly heals on RMIT. I'm not sure if he wants to do that to separate the rest. There is going to be the ult. It's going to be invested, and UTS are finding a firm play here.
Yeah, finding a firm play and ready to take it away here. We'll see if they are going to be able to do it now. Root's got the ultimate available, so certainly can entangle them if that timing arises here. See if it is going to be now. They lock it down, not able to work much out of it, however. That's problematic. Ethan Winters keeping their team alive a while longer, but Black Panther, Jason says no! And sends them away. Great impact from our DPS players right now. And they will be able to keep themselves afloat one step closer to taking this point.
Oh, that was really much of a heartbreak. RMIT, they had the right idea, but the thing is, Ethan Winters was channeling the Lunar ult. It was on the power buff. And so, oh, that's a huge value, huge! Oh my god, does he want to go back in? No, there's only that he has to wait. His Rent doesn't get the final tags, but that was all 5 tag, and he could have just done a whole full tear. And this is a good angle for Dinosaur Pillow as well. You come in to do anything, I'm gonna quickly activate. So here comes Elk. Elk is gonna quickly provide that value once the defense, but look at this, that's what I'm talking about. Osaraki does find the shutdown to Dinosaur Pillow, finds another though. All of a sudden, they have turned it around onto OT's side, and it's going to be good for RMIT as they are finding the wipe here. UTS was not expecting it, but RMIT, with that sort of split up play, made it work.
They made it work. And will be able to hold on a while longer. Let's see if they are going to be able to hit things up with that Jeff ult. Also got a few more on the way through here, but in saying that, UTS have low and disactivated. It's now Loki time, already primed up, good to go. Oh my gosh, Jeff taking their enemies for a bit of a stroll there, but in saying that, they don't go too far. Death of the Goddess going to be trying their best as well. Big slam dunk, ready to feel the funk. Oh, Ethan Winters, say no more. They are ready to explore a resurgence, explore a comeback, and this could be it right here, Em.
Here comes Jeff trying, but yeah, that's the whole team right there. If it's only one person, then maybe, but that's all 6. So here comes the portal play. They did manage to tag it, and Feast of the Beast might just be utilized here. Sonic Seduction onto the side. Do want to be getting all the charms in, but the thing is, there is a full ult. He's going to be blocking it just fine. Aime onto the top as well, trying to provide that value, and Ninja gets taken down, means one tank is gone, or another one channeled by Soon. He's ready to continuously dive that back, but just like that, all your front is down. UTS was able to capture the second point, and for the first time tonight, we are going to go to Warrior Falls onto the final objective. Who's going to be fighting it? That's going to be a good question. But one most important thing here is this one is very close. It is very strong for divers. And so UTS with Soon and Jisoon playing into this diving comp might be working out a little bit too well. So RMIT might feel it in the bones to maybe switch off. And Kari is going to be on the Punisher instead.
We'll see if they are going to be looking to adapt around this one. It's definitely going to be a tough time ahead here. 10 more seconds preparation. Ready to go on a rip and tear, go on a rampage right now. And let's see if UTS can lock it down or RMIT can find their way back as we jump in time for the mission area to unlock. 20 seconds here, ready to go. Trying to see what they are going to be able to manage as they go for the shots there. Good to push out through the choke point there, but it's Osaragi. Good impact finding the opposing Heller, and we'll see if they are going to be good for more.
Jisung also getting taken down means that UTS don't potentially have that power or freedom, but then when you're missing a Black Panther, it's not going to be the biggest loss in the world. So Jisung is going to be switching. I was wondering if there was going to be the side up, so it will be confirmed right now as Air Ninja working to put a stranglehold here. Osaragi being provided the value. Given the room, it's going to be good, but at the same time, God of Mischief gets channeled in, and Jisung finds Kari. That's a rather tough one. But it is going to be the rest here coming in. There's going to be the Amplifier. The Amplifier gets taken down. Don't want the damage because of. You look at how fast they push into this one. They say it doesn't matter how much you're going to be holding onto this choke point. We're going to be here. And you can see it Punisher onto the side. Final Judgment gets crushed down. No Valley being brought over as he is stuck there. That is very unfortunate on that side. So here comes a little bit more. Saragi looking for his point. Might just be looking at it. There is going to be the shift turn around and Loki's going to be out. But Milk News gets taken down completely. And that's the front line.
That's the front line, and they're looking to rip up the back line. Great stuff coming through from RMIT there. They managed to look them dead in the eyes and show them who's boss. But we'll see how things go down now. Waiting things out, Smiles and Ninja prepared at the edge of the choke point there. Do have Clobber Time available, ready to try and stop them in their tracks here. And it could be more to follow as Dinosaur Pillows down. I love the isolation from the Groot Walls as well. They got the entanglement available here, and that percentage, it just keeps building up, and they're dancing on the edge of a potential victory here. UTS need to find a way in, and quick smart, they can't afford to get killed like this in an isolated fashion. Jason's down soon as well. Imp, no! The dominoes are toppling over!
When you try to figure it out a little bit too much in the beginning, it's gonna come back and bite you. And you can see it. Milk News is gonna quickly go to the front, try to lock him onto one. But when you go a little bit too quick, the rest of your team gets cut off. And now it's just you and the tank. There is just way too much. Soon's gonna quickly activate, so it gets denied by the Final Judgment. You cannot jump away when there's a damage boost. It's just too many bullets. And so, the first map goes to RMIT.
It sure does. RMIT lock it down against all odds. They do manage to take away that map there. And they fought hard and they managed to take control. So definitely going to be happy with the results of that one. One map down and a potential 2 to 4 more to go. Eager to see how things are going to emerge from that. But Amp, look at these scores right now. Huge impact from all of our players.
Yeah, absolutely. When it comes down to the DPS, they have all been going really hardcore. And I will say, the highlight definitely on Osaragi doing plenty of work here. And there is still, plenty of more to be played for. So don't go anywhere because, I'm pretty sure Kairi and Osaragi want to continuously lead this one. But Dinosaur, Pillow, and Jisun, we're looking at them to maybe provide a little different kind of insert the dueling area.
That's right. Looking to see what's going to be on the horizon for map number 2 very soon, everybody. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, to AEL University Elite Series. Matt C and Emperor ZK coming to you live after an incredible first map there. UTS, RMIT, I talked about the underdog story, and RMIT, they've delivered. They've taken the first map. This is the first step, and I'm scared. I'm worried. That was really close, really competitive. And now we're going to Spider Islands for map 2. Holy moly. What more is going to come through here? Do you think UTS are going to change it up and go back to what we've seen through the season? Or do you think this is RMIT's day?
There definitely was some questionable things here and there coming through, but RMIT, I like it. You know, I like what they're doing. They haven't done anything incredibly wrong. They've done everything pretty much by the paper and exactly what we do want to see when we see a Jeff the Shark playing against a Black Panther. I mean, it's just wild. There's wild picks all around. It's a wild west here. And I do like it. On Spider Island, I'm not sure if we're going to continue seeing it because the pick and ban definitely going to be focused on a little bit more different of a esque coming in from both sides. But more than anything else, I do want to see what they're going to be countering the Star-Lord. Could it be the ban instantly to make sure Jisoo doesn't get to be playing it because it is one of the stronger picks onto this map? But then again, you know, we can be looking at just Black Panther being locked away for Jisoo, and that's exactly what we want.
And it's time for the next ban to be locked in. Psylocke is locked out in the beginning. And we have Captain America following suit. So, first picks to come out now. I'm liking what I'm seeing on RMIT side. You know, they're really hovering over those more attack-centric characters. So, curious to see if they are going to be playing into something similar again. You know, very fast-paced kind of composition. And it is already Emma Frost locked down there. So, a really big way to start things off here. And Spider-Man going to be locked out.
I think this is the same thing that we're getting from the first map, you know, ban away Psylocke, ban away America, and then right after that, lock on Venom for soon. And then they say, well, you lock away one, I will lock away Emma, so you can't ban it, and then you reverse ban away, you know, your potential team up. And then the Thing gets banned away. I think this is a good one because Venom doesn't have the best control when it comes down to the Thing. And so right here might be a DPS lock-in for them if they do wish to play something more crazier. So if they do want to lock down a Hela, if they want to lock down a Human Torch to aid themselves, it could be okay. But it's going to be Bucky that's going to be protected. I think having that pick is the final security that UTS might be playing into, fearing that there might be a current ban. But just like that, you know, you have Human Torch, both sides of DPS are going to be locked in. And so it could be a ban on Hela right now, or it could be in further support. Because most of the time, the support, if you're looking at the first map, how many Fate of both Rose from Luna did we get? The answer was yes, we just get a whole ton. And so there is going to be the support bans going to be targeting the Adam Warlock. And then in reverse, plenty is going to be open for them. Can be looking to omit as well. But I feel like if they do, probably focus on a further DPS if they wish to play it. But it's going to be on the Namor ban. And that is fully targeted. I think it's going to be okay coming through. And so it's still very wild.
Very wild, and it's only going to get wilder. As we ponder on our picks now, you can see RMIT very eager on their picks there. Ooh, Wolverine. Hello. I'm liking what we're seeing there. We'll see. They are going to be locking that one down. Magic also getting into the mix there. So we have our picks locked in. It's going to be UTS locking down Luna Snow, Human Torch, Winter Soldier, Invisible Woman, Root, and Magneto. On RMIT's side, a similar engagement to an extent. We have Human Torch, Hela, Wolverine, Venom, Cloak and Dagger, and Loki. So a bit of a mixed bag here in terms of their compositions. They aren't playing into the two tank composition on RMIT. I guess they're kind of using the Wolverine as a substitute tank, considering they're more of a hybrid there. So very curious how this is going to work out, Em.
I'm surprised they didn't really want to channel into a rocket right here for the abduct, but it's not going to be the channel in So there's not going to be any Wolverines, and both sides is going to be playing that Human Torch really early. Kyrie does see Jisoo on it as well, so when you do get boxed in to build some meter, it's going to be denied as well. Jisoo though, look at that meter being built, ready to go already, 64%. And at the same time, you know, when you do leave this open, and it's just going to be really hard for you to recover. So Jisoo gets taken down though. It means that there's no early recovery, but he doesn't really care about that. He just wanted to drive them all down. At the same time, Air Ninja diving really early. Soon Kaibe, they are all down. This front has been melted. And RMIT, they get that early bit of a push, instantly blocking them out. And I think adjustment needs to come out.
I reckon it certainly does, and we'll see what goes down now. Great early push-up from RMIT here, using the groove to just maintain pace here, maintain momentum as they get closer and closer towards the final stretch here. But Kaibe and Go jump in the last second. Smile is ripping them off right now, opting in for the triple, and they're going to be able to dunk in the first checkpoint.
A bit of a yikes moment coming in for UTS, as they did have all the angles in position. We felt like just one mistake costed them the rest of the defense. And RMIT, absolutely beautiful positioning in. They find and they completely check out everyone else. Smalls, definitely tons of opportunity to keep on playing that front line, providing the value with the Groot. And Ninja, not too shabby as well, finding some key picks, playing the separation act here for the rest of his team. And now they're looking to maybe trade ults. The Supernova does come in, and it's going to be from RMIT. Fatal Birth Rails channel, but Kaibe gets taken out really early. Got to be careful. Smalls also super low. Gets bubbled up. Invisible boundary. They want to fly in. The rest of RMIT says we have the man advantage. Quickly go in. Osagiri, he gets punished instantly.
Punished instantly and ready to go. Supernova as well. Jason trying to lock him down. Dinosaur Pillow succeeds there. A great resurgence here. Exactly what they need in order to force them back. Use the bionic arm there to get the bionic hook, and they are going to be able to at least alleviate some of that momentum for a second here. But my gosh, RMIT have done a great job to lock in as much map control as they have so far.
Yeah, RMIT had an explosive beginning, and now they are being pushed up, and Jisoo does find Ethan Winters now desperate to fly away, utilizing his shift, and he will be able to get away just fine. But at the same time, you can see the value finally reigns supreme for UTS, and a big problem is coming for RMIT, as it is a little bit of a destroyment, but they are going to be all regrouping from the spawn here. Now, one main important part here is that if anything from UTS overly commit, they are going to be locked away because Air Ninja is looking for his side. Smiles, meanwhile, they're all charging up the ults. They should be ready. Kari is the only one without, so this should be a quick push. And there is going to be the bait. Kari is the one to quickly get up, but Jisoo gets taken down. It's bad news. It means that there's no DPS to come through. Here comes the Strengthly Imprisonment. He is a little bit more. Kraken Impact comes in, but all the ults are coming out. It's just to play for the zoning control. Doesn't find the mark as well. You can see the invisible boundary getting through the side of RMIT. Find the space, find the value, and finally they are able to quickly wipe UTS. But the thing is, soon gets taken out. Might be a little bit of bad news here for the side of UTS. And if they keep on playing like this on the destroyment and keep their targets alive, they might just get a second part for RMIT.
Yeah, definitely going to be a tough challenge ahead of them here, but we'll see what they are going to be able to manage here. Ooh, almost baiting them into a bit of an uncomfortable situation. Dinosaur Pillow there, but we'll see what they are going to be able to do now. Ults coming out in abundance once again now, trying to see if they can shut down some of the tanks here. Luna Snow doing a grand job with the ult to keep their teammates alive here. Supernova coming out soon, actually going down in the midst of it all. So it's going to be traded out. Osaragi out of here. More could follow in just a second. There we go. UTS managed to find a good foot forward now, and it will be able to keep them away from the point. But my gosh, it's so close to the edge there.
Yeah, where RMIT found the earlier values and they were able to push out, they invested everything into it. The next time they're going to be having is where Ninja is going to be getting his ult, waiting for Osaragi. The start of UTS, I think they survived quite well. The defense was very strong, especially when they had to eat like 4 ults in a row and they were the 4 wiping ults on teams. And so as they are trying to find a little bit more of defense, got to be careful. Jisun gets punished because he was separated from his team. Yes, completely knocked out here. It's going to be the bad news. And so the strangling prison does come through. It is cute, but it's not enough walls to use the DPS. Flow went quickly. It's going to be the one to take it apart. And invisible boundary being channeled means Kari gets no value. Gets pulled back in as well. So they're channeling all the also the defense, trying to get this one in. Osaraki onto the side is going to be looking to finally lock something down. But it's not enough luck. Air Ninja quickly gets it in, wants to go back, wants to contest. Portal is in here, desperate, 1.54 meters to the cap, and the rest of UTS is here to fly back.
Fly back and ready to see if they can counter-attack here. Dinosaur Pillow locking it in with the Kraken Impact and ready to see if they can chop down more. Alf, though, is going to be the one to stop them. So great to see they can find a way back, but they are going to be shot down by Jason there. Definitely a tougher time ahead. 5 seconds to go now. Play for the OT timer. Otherwise, it's time to switch sides. And the kills coming through right now are certainly pushing towards that objective. We could see the side switch before our very eyes in just a second here. Portal is out, though. Desperately trying to jump onto the point, but the OT timer says goodnight. And UTS, hold on. And they will be able to defend valiantly. It's time for RMIT to switch things up.
Okay, RMIT had a very good play in the beginning, but then they sort of fell apart onto the second point. I don't know what I'm supposed to be expressing, because when it comes down to the second last fight, they did have all their ults wasted and then being blocked away. So Kaibe really getting a ton of value soon as well, just throwing his body at it every time that there's a Sonic Seduction, followed with a Groot. He just says, let me quickly pull my shield up, put the bubble, put it on the main members so nothing else dies. And even though UTS, you know, it looked a little bit shaky in the beginning, this is what they're looking for. This is exactly that kind of a play that we've been seeing UTS time and time again. And so I'm curious to see if they still find the same kind of value. The team comp hasn't really changed up for them. They're happy to keep on running it like it. Meanwhile, in RMIT, we did have a little bit of a switch onto the Star-Lord and then now back in. They are still going to be playing with the Emma Frost, with the Groot at the front. Osaragi probably going to be providing the secondary value. And I will say his aim has been very sharp tonight.
Absolutely. They've been really on top of the ball, haven't they? Like, you think of Osaragi, think of, on the other side of things, Dinosaur Pillow. Like, the DPS players are performing their job and doing it super duper well. So definitely eager to see who's going to be able to perform heading into this next round now, because RMIT have so much more pressure on them now to try and hold UTS back. And speaking of, they've already started off with a good start here. Kaibe down. More could follow if they keep things up like this. But it's good that they're playing around their corners, not staying directly in the line of sight here.
Yeah, I think this is going to come down to the first ult when they do get cut off. And so you do get that momentary build in your ult. And at the same time, you can see Energy trying to just play into the side synergy. Doesn't really want to be blocking off the objective. Energy gets taken down here because he got isolated eventually. But, you know, this means that the rest of UTS has that pushing power. They are able to just play into it. Invisible boundary gets used, I believe, on both sides. And now at the same time, once that is done, right, you can do a little bit more from RMIT. But the thing is, UTS has one more defensive ult, and they are already going to be using it. Trying to get this one in. Smiles gets taken down, and they are going to insert their own. But the thing is, your front has melted. You don't really have energy back just yet. The air in a mirror match is still going through. Kyrie is winning it so far, and he's going to win it. But the thing is, you're quite low yourself. You don't want to be the one to fall right here, because you fall, it's going to be a rough turnaround. And you can see just how fast UTS recognizes, and they do want to quickly make that commitment. They want to keep any entrance in. And that's going to be the first point pretty much blocked out. If RMIT does want to go for a push here, they are able to, but it's going to be it has to be a really good one.
Yeah, it really does have to be an exceptional one, doesn't it? And eager to see if they are going to be able to find it. Ooh, here we go. Death from above. Going to be coming through from the Goddess of Death there. And they aren't going to be able to lock much down with it. Both teams do trade out though, so a decent way to kick things off here. The point will go back in control of RMIT for a second. A good wall there to cut off the damage from their teammate as well. But UTS forced off of the push for a second here.
Okay, well, there is going to be the quick switch here. Kyrie is going to be inserting Doctor Strange, the portal in, just to find more room and block him. I like how he's going to be able to utilize this, but also got to be careful. They are going to layer the ult as well. And so choosing to dump everything here is going to be good, but how many do you play into the point? 1 for 2 is fine, but 1 for 3 might be a little bit of a stretch. Osaragi gets taken down right now, and more. It's going to be instanted. Milk News is fine to quickly channel fatal both rows, insert the DPS, get the damage buff as well. And there is tons more that they are buying on the value for UTS. 1 more minute left onto the clock for them, so they have to finish it now. Dinosaur Pillar here. Bracket Impact, that's on the back line. Does he get a reset? He almost dies for his effort. There's also a miss, but he gets kicked out, and Smiles will be happy with it. The Crystal Kick, plenty of value. But that ult is going to be channeled in vain as well. And 0.65 meters for the final play. Osaragi sacrifices his body, but the capture does come through for UTS.
At long last, they will be able to get the capture through, build up a bit more time for themselves. All they have to do now is get it just on the edge of this second checkpoint here. And that could be the map going in their favor. Definitely going to be exciting to see what's ahead of us now. We'll see if RMIT can bring it back or whether they may yet just fumble the bag.
Yeah, definitely don't want to be fumbling right here. RMIT still has plenty to play with. 2 for 1 in the area. Super value. And now you get to look down. Where is downside? Kaibeng and Sun is still very strong, very healthy. Dinosaur Pillow gets taken out, means no more DPS is going to be around. And, well, I guess when you free someone, that's going to be just fine. But nothing stopping Osaragi. Still can quickly crow out as well. And they do find Kaibeng. Ji-Sun just quickly jumps down. Want to get out of dodge. Soon, though, not enough room to retreat. And so this is the reset. 2 minutes and 10 left. UTS, I mean, they can make the commitment. Got to be careful not to overly commit. But, RMIT, they did get stopped a little bit surprisingly enough. But this is a very, very strong contention. Their defense is completely intact. And Osaragi is on a tear.
We'll see what else is coming from this. There we go. Good entangle coming through. Not going to be able to hit the slam dunk there. See what else they can find. Goddess of Death coming out as well. Osaragi trying to see if they can lock something down. This, yes, they can. Throwing more downtown. Haymakers! Oh, it's beautiful! Quad kill on for almost more. Smiles locks it down on Jason there. Massive hold from RMIT.
This is what I was talking about. Osaragi completely unchecked because everyone's focused on Kyrie here, and he gets a shield from Invisible Woman. It just means that he has that. Look at that. He has so much ability to just keep aiming at the back line. And now Sonic Seduction at the front, trying to lock them all down. So Sun has to throw himself in. Not really going to build a charm over here, but Ji-Sun has been sent back into the spawn. And that's bad news, as both group is going to be fighting to play. They can buy more room for the side of RMIT. And Smiles can be looking to chuck down the pylon on one of the targets, and he's going to find it. That's going to weaken the members as well. And look at this. It's just that the angle from Osaragi says if you do want to come into play, you're going to be aiming, you're going to be Yima crosshair, and I'm happy to keep on throwing it. At the same time, Ji-Sun doesn't get the same value because it's not open. There's nothing to really get him into the front, and they are just waiting for the ults to be charging. And this might be the final one as the Taker Prisma does come in. RMIT is going to be throwing everything they have at it. They want to keep him right here as Air Ninja gets taken out though. Could be bad news, but Supernova on Kyrie. One value, Dinosaur Pillow as well. They are still trading. What's going to be the final play? Because they have to resend them all right now. Smiles gets taken down. It's just going to be up to Kyrie. There is going to be the finish, and UTS playing for OT now. They might just get an opportunity.
Let's see if they can capitalize on this opportunity. Really trying to do their best here. Kraken Impact coming around the back there. Portal is up. They're trying to lock them out here. You have the Goddess of Death available as well if they need to use it. Oh, that's big. Flowing down. Both healers getting locked out here, but it is good. Luna Snow's ultimate going to be keeping them alive a bit longer. Magneto trying to see if they can shut them down as well. Goddess of Death is now activated. Luna Snow could be in a bit of a trouble here. They're trying to get the shots onto the point. Yeah, here we go. Goodbye, Milk. And they traded out. Osaragi is sent backing. This is massive from all players. All hands on deck here. UTS, a fight of desperation to keep this game alive.
You can see the full hover. Smalls quickly gets on Emma Frost. It's on Venom right now. But covering if the winners, they both get taken down. They are trying to deny the res, but it's not going to be there. Goddess of Mischief is here. They are going to be trying to get him. Saragi is down. And look at this OT play. It is beautiful. And UTS, they win it.
Oh my gosh, at long last. They fight hard, and their hard work pays off. So, UTS will be able to take their first map as well. Even Stevens in this best of 5 series. Minimum 2 maps to go. And let's see who's going to be able to find a victory on map 3. Flowent is the MVP in this one, though. A huge way to, at the very last moment, steal things back for your team. And just look at those stats.
Yeah, I think that was probably something that UTS was looking for. It looked very, very dire situation for them at one stage. RMIT, they were able to find the back line. They found Flowent, and then they found Jisun. But then it was not enough because Milk News just quickly ran up, supported the team, and kept on playing off their Strange, kept on playing off Kaibe as well. And that's what really pushed him into the line. And credit to Osaragi and Kairi, you know, like Kairi was being such a distraction at the top, but then Osaragi, it's just that you don't check me, I'm going to keep on beaming down your backline. No matter what you say, I have to aim, and then it's just, yes, I build your ult, but then at the same time, I threaten your backline so much, they can't advance, and there's that disparity coming in from the team. RMIT exploited really, really well.
Yeah, got to agree there. I think they definitely played it well. I think our next map is going to be Midtown, if I'm not mistaken. Central Park, as a matter of fact. So definitely get keen for that one. And eager to see how things go down there. I'm curious whether we do see similar kind of style from RMIT heading into this one as well, you know, because they kept it pretty close pretty much the whole way through, right? I think that UTS did a great job in holding them back in that first instance. If they had a little bit more to cover, I think it could have been a very different game there. So definitely eager to see how things play out in this third map here. Who will be able to take the lead? Currently 1-1 in the map department of this best of 5. And they're one step closer to trying to take a dive in head first into the halfway point, in theory, of this series.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it just yet. I can't pick a winner, just because I'll tell you what, where one side DPS is really well, the other side's tank is just as good. So they have been able to play in a little bit of this and that. And now, once again, you know, Solov getting locked away. And I guess over here, they gotta choose. If it's gonna be Captain America, it means that, you know, once again, we're gonna be staring at the same pick and ban again. But it's interesting enough, you know, we get through to play yet. That's going to be the Captain America, and then they can protect whatever they want here. They've been doing Venom here quite a lot for soon. And so they choose to maybe omit it. It could be an option. I don't know. I'm a little bit curious about it.
I'm curious too, Amp. So curious that we're going to find out our next pick. Similar again. My gosh. Let's see how things go down into the next one. Emma Frost, once again. And here we go. It's just, you know what, Em? I don't need to say anything. it's just all the same picks and bans. We're just seeing deja vu. It's just going to be all the same. Let's see what's next.
Yeah, like if everything goes according to plan, this is just following the same kind of ban, and then it's in the mall. No, they banned the mall like 3 maps now. They don't. It's a full targeted ban. They don't want anything to do with it. Spider-Man ban to disable the potential Spider-Man combo, and of course at the same time we have Groot ready to be played. You know, we have Emma Frost ready to play. Lunar Snow is going to be a full pick as well. I was looking to maybe they might want to angle at Milk News here, but no, I don't think too many bans is going to come out targeting the Lunar Snow, more towards maybe Adam Warlock. But since they are so used to it, you can see Emma Frost and Groot just going to be fully protected on the side of RMIT, and they're happy to play into it. They are happy to continuously let you just say, all right, you know what, you want to go through that, I'm going to protect my front line. And there's the Adam Warlock ban, and once again, you know, it's the same thing that both sides has already strategized around. Interestingly enough, UTS could be looking to maybe ban away a different DPS here, or it could be a Mantis once again. You know, Human Torch and all that is gonna be Osaragi is banned here, so they are gonna be acknowledging that Hela was a bit of a problem, and they are gonna be unlocking the Human Torch, which I think personally it has been pretty good of a pick. Not as much of an impact from Osaragi's Hela instead, so I can respect it.
I like the adaptation from UTS here as well, switching off, considering Hela was banned, into the Moon Knight. A worthy pick there. I think that it may not make as much impact as what Hela could, so this could certainly give RMIT an edge here in terms of their own picks, but we'll see how it all plays out as we are loading into the map now. It's going to be the next 35 seconds of bliss. Preparation time for our teams here, ready to storm out the gates, hit the ground running, and try and see if they can fight their way through. But both teams have had a slice of the pie now, in consideration that they're one apiece. Eager to see if they are going to be able to find the next. Will it be UTS standing on business? Will it be RMIT doing one in the same? We'll find out as we kick off in 2 seconds now. It's all down to go. Here we are, and they face it head on.
So RMIT have the tech. If they have the tech, I'll be so happy. So please, no, they didn't. They switched off. I was waiting for the Wolverine to abduct with the jumping pack. It would be the most greatest thing you will ever see. And Ninja gets punished really early in the beginning. Osaragi was able to return it onto Jisoo. The full look at the unlimited ammo. Don't need a reload. Just completely keep on tagging it. It's just OP. Definitely providing a lot of work and DPS. Gotta be careful here because Hand of Khonshu does get utilized on the side of Dinosaur Pillow. Like, it's good to the point where you will provide that value, but also you can't work against you because you're gonna have to wait for a different off angle. Jisoo meanwhile is back, gets protected, and that defense is gonna be working out. The thing is, Osaragi now has charged up his ult, can be very annoying, and Smiles gets the early portal, and they have been spotted. And at the same time, how much value will we get with this Punisher? He's just going to be on check at the front, and there's all the healers that are going to have to wait and maybe get the rest of the tank through. The rest of the value from UTS, they are going to be choked out.
And here comes the ult coming out from Osaragi as well, trying to spray and pray, save the day here. Massive stuff to try and shut them down. There we go. Kari locks it down. So that's going to be more to follow. Kari bringing out the flame storms. Holy moly. It's getting hot in here. So get the heck off the point is what RMIT say there. Kari doing the work here.
To say, choose one of the lesser evils. And they say we will choose to just let go of the Human Torch. One of the most important thing here is because they are so wild into playing this tank picks here. It also means that once the Strangling Prism gets a big mark, or when the AEL Agamotto does come out, you're just gonna have to eat all the damage as well. Meanwhile, Dinosaur Pillow ready for another one, but Saragi gets to get out there all gone. 3 members gets taken out. Saragi is gonna get that rest, but Smiles is gone. It means that as soon as you capture that first one, we are ready for the second. They are just gonna quickly reset their old status. It's not gonna be too bad. Osara gets eventually reset out because of the well, I guess repairing structures. At the same time, like, it does feel like this could be the point that they can be playing around. The first point was a little bit more rough, and Dinosaur Pillow was trying to provide that value. I'll bet whenever you're trying to provide value as a Moon Knight, and the rest of the team has to be playing around you as well to give you that value, and they're trying to recognize that, stick around. But at the same time, you know, it's just Kyrie. He says, protect me and I'll give you the rest up, and soon gets taken out with Kyber.
Protect the VIP team. It's Supernova time. Get burnt, and let's see if they are going to. No, Jason's down. Osaragi's chimed in as well. Uh-oh. Looks like the things got so hot they even burnt themselves. But now, Kari looking to bring the flame head on here. They have really quick pacing on this one so far. Looking to see if they can keep that up. Get a bit more over the line as well. Air Ninja ready with the entanglement. Good lockdown there. Puts the wall up as well. Luna Snow trying to keep their teammates alive. Soon the counter attack. Holy moly. And it could be more to follow. Emma Frost trying their best to bless the timeline with some kills for their team. But Eb, this is all over the place. It's so higgledy-piggledy. And Kari is the last executioner.
Yeah, RMIT, they did get a little bit of a backing pressure, but right after that, they recover. And now you can see it. They are really trying to just force the issue. They want the second cap so bad. Only a few more meters to go. Jisoo is going to be cut off. Quickly collects a health pack. And it's going to find Kari down. But the thing is, what's that to 4 more members that's all gunning for you? And they will be successful. And they're renewing it. Oh, it's a little bit of a shock where UTS had that right idea. But RMIT is just fighting that defense. And then unchecked, Osaragi and Ethan, they continuously find these targets on the ground to provide that frontal value. Kyrie is just in the air in your face saying, well, you know, I'm just feeling a lot better and I will keep on playing here to annoy you, so you can't really stand around it, and I'll continuously just pummel at the front. And right now, Air Ninja gets taken out. It's going to be a good choke. This is the famous stairs, and at the same time, gotta be careful. You dive down, you get punished. And so Kyrie did get jumped down, and so they are going to be reset into the backing. And gotta be careful. Jisoo's going to be protected with Dinosaur Pillow. Yes, everything is a little bit more higgledy better and things, but I don't think Dinosaur Pillow wanted to die there.
I don't think they wanted to either, Ev. I reckon they want to stay alive all day long, but not meant to be. Kari certainly could be making a lot more characters go down soon as well. See if they are going to be holding on to it. Air Ninja ready around the corner now, pushing straight past the wall there, ready to generate some of their opposing entanglement though does help quite a bit. Look at that, Moon Knight ult brings down 2. Kari back thanks to Rocket, but now on for 3. And Jason capitalizes as well. This is a good comeback for UTS here. They still have to play around this one for a bit more time, but at least they can wipe them out a bit.
Oh, Dinosaur Pillow is finally here to play. And they are making this final choke point really worth it. This is the famous one that a few superheroes are very good at it. And so, jumping pack, trying to find the finish here. I like it. The idea was there. If he was able to, you know, quickly grab the choke, that would have been amazing down to him, because he would have crashed all the way down. At the same time, there is going to be the backing. And of course, soon, right here, it's going to be just fine. If there's going to be any push, he will just quickly get his ult up. And if you do push forward, you got to be careful. And here we go. This might be it. There's going to be the crystal kick. Kabe is gone. But soon instantly dumps onto Osaragi. There's going to be one more. And they are going to try to clean up the rest. I'm a little bit confused why Dinosaur Pillar wanted to jump at the front, but there's gonna be Sonic Seduction. Gets rid of the top. Jisun is gone. Want to get the final one. They are gonna make up the stairs. Smiles charging up, gonna set up the choke for themselves. And once you do get into this room, it's gonna be easy peasy for the rooms. And they are wiping all the members of UTS. Smiles Crystal Diamond form gets the kick. And that's pretty much gonna be them choking out the rest of UTS. And like this, they cap.
They kick, they score, and they push it all the way to the end there. Now, the side switch, UTS. It's time to see if they will be able to lock in and do one and the same. Push it all the way to the end for OT here. But it's a challenging road ahead of them, man. We've seen what RMIT are capable of so far. They have been able to handle them so effectively. I'm very curious to see how things change up heading into the next sector here. Compositions are looking mostly the same, to be honest. Curious if any changes will happen on the fly as we jump into this next round now. One last chance here for UTS to try and bring themselves up to glory.
It wouldn't surprise me if there was going to be Bucky. Yeah, there is Bucky. Alright, so there is going to be the switch because Moon Knight, while he is good, I felt like the value only really got realized at the final checkpoint, and they were able to hold for a significant amount of time, but it just wasn't enough to completely stop RMIT's advancing. And so yeah, there is going to be one of those moments where both teams are going to be just staring at their own comp and say, all right, we need a minor adjustment. What's going to be it? And Dinosaur Pillar elects to quickly go into Punisher, which is also going to be okay to just quickly dunk into it. But the thing is, there's no team up, and so no rocket means that he's just going to be like onto the side, trying to maybe find and completely control the top. Kyrie has definitely been able to get away with this. And yeah, it's just RMIT now for the defense. They are looking to just give them a little bit more room to breathe, and they are happy to play around with. Everyone's going to be building their room. Got to be careful how much value that you do get and how greedy you want your ults here. RMIT says, we're happy to give it to you first. We're happy to let you just blast away as much as you want. And then as soon as you come in, we will have the rest ready to go. UTS, first one up. It looks like they might just be getting their prison really quick.
Yeah, let's see what they are going to be able to manage here. The shots come down now. Kari falling down, brought back by Ethan Winters there. Kaibe going to be falling down, however. Jason trying to shut down the amplifier, will be shut down by it. Definitely a hard-fought effort, but it's RMIT keeping themselves primed, ready to spur to action here. Osaragi has that ultimate. The turret will come first and ready to shred them down.
Yeah, have a look at my little turret. At the same time, there is going to be the rocket team up that's going to be able to provide you more value. The side of UTS have all their ults now, all 6, but the thing is, they got to be starting to do it right now. Milk News does see it. They do want to angle it there. That is a nice little bit of a cutoff. Supernova on top. Oh, that is a huge Grudol. Locks them all down. 3, go down 4 for the prize of another one. Hang on a second. RMIT, they are ready to just continuously pummel in. They say you have all the ults, but we have the answers. And look at that. It is absolutely masterclass from RMIT.
Let's see if they continue to showcase what they are made of. To showcase exactly why they want to take this one for a victory here. Smiles brings up the damage there. Great use of the ultimate, forcing them back here. Magneto trying their best to see if they can get the ult out. Soon going to be shut down immediately, prompting more responses here, more resistance. But the targeting one after the other is proving so effective for RMIT. UTS are just spread all over the place right now, but RMIT are laser focused here.
Oh boy, UTS is gonna have pretty much only one more shot at this. They're gonna need to get everything they can, but the thing is the ults, there is two that's gonna be ready. Jisoo also switching. They're all gonna be boots on the ground, trying as much as they can to just quickly force the issue. Final Judgment might just be the answer here, but the thing is, there is gonna be one in reverse, and here it is. Kabe is gone. Final Judgment gets shut down. Osorogi is down here, and now there's gonna be a little bit more. Supernova, see a beacon. Everyone's just dancing, and they do want to be going to it. It's gonna be an extended fight. Kari on check is gonna continuously build his ult as well, and there's gonna be the Final Judgment finally, but he's being just strangled. He's imprisoned. Everything else is gonna go down. He's falling apart. UTS members trying to maybe find any value, but Kabe was isolated by himself. And that's all of them being wiped, minus Flowen at the moment. And it is going to be really rough as time is going to be ticking. RMIT fighting all the value. So UTS, one final chance to make it in.
One final chance to make it in. They're getting over the pitch there, and we'll see if they are going to be able to make more of it. Kari, good for it. They are good for more, but just like that, final score locked down. It's RMIT taking away their second map, map 3, RMIT, and what a way to get it done there. Kari is the GOAT in that matchup.
Yeah, oh man. It's such a rough one. When you shut down Osaragi, there is still Kairi. And he just kept on playing really well. 19 kills. Look at the ult. 34k.
Yeah, it's just incredible, isn't it? Just so much impact on that match. Like, it goes to show they earned 3 medals there, just really on fire. They just made such a great impact for their team, and I was really impressed by their ult economy as well, like how they were able to manage their ult and just tear things up. Just clips for days, mate. Is all I can say. And keen to see what this next map's going to bring as well. You know, I feel like we could see a bit of a seesaw endeavor. That's what we've seen so far, right? You know, it started RMIT, then over UTN, now RMIT, and maybe next is U2, who knows? We'll find out, though, heading towards map 4 as we get this one set up. Yo, welcome back, everybody, to AEL University Elite Series. Marvel Rivals here with Matsy and Emperor ZK. We have had quite the impressive series here tonight. It is semi-finals. It is crazy style, and we are having an incredible time here, Emp. I can't believe it's gone this far. Like, I thought that the series tonight would be just like that first one. You know, just 3-0, done and dusted. This one had other plans in mind, and I love it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people was pretty much throwing all their eggs at UTS, but right now, all the eggs are going to be landing into RMIT's basket. And yes, that second map was, a huge contest. Could have went either way, but the underdog story is definitely there. We're going to go to Yagosio. This is going to be a convoy once again, and I do like convoy much better than domination. And so, looking at the big and ban, are we going to be seeing the same thing from both sides? Because Psylocke, once again, it's going to be locked up from RMIT. Captain America follows, and this could be the Venom. Are we going to be seeing the Venom? Because, if we're going to be guessing, Venom wasn't played really into the last one. Yes, it is still going to be the Venom. And then in reverse, it's going to be the Emma Frost. And then Spider-Man banned, and then I'm just going to read into the future. They're going to, there's the Emma Frost, ban the Spider-Man, and then ban the Namor, and then locking Luna Snow. I'm just reading into it.
Yep. I feel like you're a psychic, Em. Like,
ooh.
How do you have their playbook? Have you got lead strats here?
I'm just Professor X.
Root's gone.
Oh my god.
They changed. This isn't in the script.
Finally. It's been a problem. It's great if you can play group, but the thing is, it's also the same for the opposite side. And Ninja has been on a tear on that group. And so when you have to deal with the group constantly, you're gonna be fine at the front. Your support is not going to agree with you. And so you have to let through a DPS, right? You lock away Spider-Man. The whole fact that you let Spider-Man get banned away means that you can't really be banning away anything else. And so Osaragi, he's going to have his Hela pick. And now if they do ban, could be looking to ban away Luna Snow, could be looking to ban the Adam Warlock once again. So there's no revives yet. There it is. And now, opens up for UTS. They can be looking to lock away Human Torch if they wish and go back into their playbook. But at the same time, there's so many rounds that's being won and lost due to the Groot being free, due to the Emma being free together to synergize. And that was the primary factor for most of the things that went through. And talking about the Thing is going to get banned.
The right
That
could make all the difference.
will. And now we're going to see our picks locked in here. A very different flow this time around. You can see already, with Namor not being banned. Uh-oh. We're going to see it come out for RMIT here. Ethan Winters, 44, already and waiting with that one. Do have the Emma Frost as well as Mantis, Jeff, Hulk, and Black Widow. Black Widow, you don't see that one every day. Most likely playing into their team ups there, as you can see, Namor and the Hulk. And UTS got some of their own as well, with Hela, Magneto, Venom, the Black Panther there, Loki, and Luna Snow. So, a little bit of a different kind of composition on both sides here, and eager to see if this is what UTS need to press on ahead here.
I guess, could be a good or a bad time for UTS. I say a good or bad time is they need to really focus down to make sure that they isolate RMIT's front to the back, because it could be a very disjoint play. But then it could be a very bad time because we have a Black Panther, and this team that RMIT is playing is sort of like playing into the anti-dive as well. Plenty to be saying here. And so Namor was something that they were not happy to play against. Now finally Freak is also going to have the Gamma Squids. And as they're just going to completely jump in soon from the back, let's get the dive in. He's going to be okay for now. Ethan Winters is gone. Jisoo here is happy with that kind of a trade. Says, well, I guess if you keep looking at the back, guess what? This dive's going to come in. and the dive is going to be your worst nightmare as Kaibe gets taken down in reverse. Soon is going to be okay, but Ji-Soon is not, and that is, I guess, is something that they're going to have to just instantly handshake onto.
Yeah, a warm handshake on that one, and we'll see. They are going to be able to find more here as they hold back for a second longer now. Ready and waiting around the bend. Shots over the top there. Venom trying to hold back. Uh-oh, it's time to get Hulkin out. They're going to be a lot more menacing. Speaking of menacing, Phantom jumps straight into the back line there. Already finds Hulk, but will be traded out by Osaragi. So good trades coming through there. Black Widow trying to shut them out as well. Osaragi having a bit of a struggle there. Speaking of struggles, though, Kari going to be giving their enemies some struggles. Maybe not for long, though, as they are shut out.
Yeah, it looked a little bit dangerous right here, but I think they wanted to quickly switch. They realized that Black Panther and Soon has been diving the back quite well. When you do have a full dive, the combo is, you know, obviously dive, right click, and then start clicking with your left like mad, and you instantly just nail something. Obviously paired up with the Black Panther, it's an absolute nightmare for the back every single time. Meanwhile, Fluent here realizing that quick click is going to be fine. Looking at his teammate, here comes Fate of Both Worlds, but Ji-Soon is gone. They're just going to try to hold this place for now. They are going to be able to have another one. Milk News does have it. Osaragi meanwhile is going to be waiting for the burst here. And I think that's going to be an okay position. There is going to be absolute zero is going to be used, and there's going to be the Meteor M looking, waiting, does get to Ethan. That's a little bit of a rough one as your support gets taken out. Smiles also not long for this road. Osaragi trying to find some value, gets nothing here, so they're all gonna get reset into this one, and RMIT's attack is falling apart.
It's falling apart. UTS know exactly what they need to do here, and they're doing a great job holding them off. We'll see what else they are going to be able to manage now. Jump a little deeper into the thick of it now, holding back for a second. Smiles and Co trying to find that opening now, but proving to be more difficult than they anticipated.
Yeah, not really working out. Sonic Seduction trying to get them all charmed up, and it's gonna be fine for two of them. One of them soon gets taken out, but right after that, there's gonna be the Ji-Soon does find one, but the return is gonna be on floor one. And Spirit Ren is on, looking for the reset. I think he missed that one, so it doesn't get another reset, so no more Ren. Then there is going to be the clap. Kyrie gets taken out by Dinosaur Pillow. It's going to be good. At the same time, Hulk Smash trying to just buy himself, but agency wants to survive. It's the biggest thing here. Want to learn, but once again, you see that dive from Soon. He's not interested in that front line. He just leaves that front line to the rest of his team. And there is going to be the final pickup here. It's going to be onto Dinosaur Pillow, but no problem. Spirit Ren once again trying to go in, but it's got to be careful. It's going to be fine. Milk News and Flow in. They're happy to be at the back. Punishes Osaragi for overstepping and looking the wrong way. Ethan Winter's Elk, they're both out as well. And UTS right now having the time of their life, playing a shutout. Everything's just working out. RMIT being taken for a surprise. This Namor, and it's not happening. Like the whole team up, nothing has been shown out to be working out.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, they don't find the opening, so that's going to be a grim path there for RMIT, but fantastic for UTS. They don't have much to push in this one, unless, of course, RMIT has a generational run once again. Could be evening up at 2-2 and going all the way to map 5. Just like that. I can't believe what we've seen from this series so far, Ramp, honestly. It's just been so all over the place, so higgledy-piggledy. And I don't know, I love it. You know, I love it. And I'm keen to see what it looks like if we do end up on that map 5.
Yeah, not a lot of distance to really cover. 76.53 meters is definitely achievable if you just go and play the standard. But, you know, true to UTS's play, especially since how they started with Black Panther, they're going to be sticking onto it with Soon. And so, you know, the primary example here is that they're going to leave it to Kaibe. Flowin and Milk News is going to be providing the cover as much as they can. I think Shed the Stage is going to be used onto Ji-Soon instead to make sure that they do find the value. Now, one most curiosity coming out from RMIT is that they realized that Namor and Bruce Banner pick hasn't really worked out for them, despite the Namor was allowed to play. But you can just see it, the value provided by Soon's Venom has just decided to be the most horrendous decision that has come through. Every time they protect this one, hasn't really worked out, but value finally does strike. You can see just how much of an importance and the space he's buying for the rest of his team. And as this is gonna be the Asgard Flo went at the back, doesn't have to worry too much. Clones being thrown, Kyrie gets taken down by Dinosaur Pilo, means that there's not gonna be any sort of play, there's not gonna be containment. There is also gonna be the root. That's just, I think this front is pretty much done. And everyone else at the back is falling apart. Smiles all by himself, and all of a sudden, we are just looking to maybe go to map number 5 really early.
Very, very quickly, they jump into the portal now to try and delay them, but it could potentially delay the inevitable. We'll see what comes of this one. Have to hold it for 3 minutes straight at this point. It's going to be a tough time ahead, but not an impossible one if they play their cards right. Speaking of playing cards right, we are getting ultimates coming out right now. Flowing. Looking to do some big work here soon. One in the same, getting some shots out there. UTS are bringing it up and locking them down. Just like that, everyone, we are going to map 5. Get ready to dive in.
Well, I guess, yeah, we are finally going to get a map number 5 after all that. I think it just, I don't know. I feel like the pick and ban worked against RMIT. They had the right idea and they had everything, and they were like, for the first time tonight, they were like, oh wait, look, Namor's finally going to be able to be played, and let's go and hover. And it just became the worst play that they've had all time. They played really well for the first 3 maps. This one flopped really badly. And looking at the DPS here, look at that, 12k onto Dinosaur Pillow. But the one to provide all that value gotta be Soon and Ji-Soon, right? Soon dives in, Ji-Soon dives in, Spirit Rents with the spear, and then spin kicks out. Have a look if there's gonna be any other Spirit Rent resets. The backline was just not feeling it.
No, they weren't feeling it at all there, mate, and it was definitely a tough one for them. Like, after that group ban came through, RMIT rather looked like a shadow of themselves. They weren't able to adapt around it as well as they liked. I liked the ideas they had, bringing out the Black Widow. It looked good at first until it wasn't. And then they really just had their fair share of struggles there, and UTS, they were able to just bend things together. It was looking fantastic. Loved the immediate pressure from them. And it just gave them such an easy path on the side switch as well.
Yep, and now it's going to be an interesting option here. Whether you ban away Psylocke again to lock him out, you can, right? And then after that, there's going to be a reverse ban, and then you have to choose. You're going to ban Emma Frost, or you're going to protect Emma Frost, or you're going to protect Groot, right? Both has been your strongest front line, and now without that synergy in play, they sort of look a little bit more vulnerable when it comes down to it. And of course, RMIT, they know UTS is already thinking about it. They say, we'll let them more through. You can play as much as you want, but then you only get to choose one, either Emma or it's going to be that Groot. And right after that, we'll just set you apart. And then at the same time, they still have to consider, right, we ban away DPS, we ban away the support, and that's always been targeted. If they choose to instantly don't lock those away, oh man, we were at the Wild West. Now it's a complete standoff.
That's right, and the standoff's going to go down on Convergence here. Symbiotic Surface will be the map coming up, everybody. So definitely get excited for this one. I don't think we see this one all too often. So definitely excited for how this one goes down. As a matter of fact, I believe we've never seen this map. So as a first, and it's going to be greatest moment to bring it out as well here in our semi-finals. Definitely a good time to see what both these teams can do on a map like this one.
Yeah, I guess, anything happens. Have you practiced on this one before, or is it going to be a rough one? Both is going to be tested. I don't know. I'm a little bit torn between both. UTS was pretty much undefeated throughout the whole season, minus the one match that they had. Until tonight, they've been pushed to the limit. Now, RMIT came to win. If that second map went the other way, we would have been done and dusted at round number 3. But now, we're at round number 5. You know, both sides are still sticking to their guns. Psylocke being banned, Captain America is going to follow, and then we're going to have a Protect, you know, obviously, onto the Venom. And then in reverse, we're going to have a Protect coming back in and onto Emma Frost. And then we're going to ban away Spider-Man. And then we think what UTS want to do.
What do you think RMIT want to play, Amp? I don't know. I got a strange inkling of something they might want to play. Considering all 6 players are hovering over it, it definitely could be the thing, right? Right? Or
Yep.
could be Wolf of the Thing?
It's something like that. It's, you know, chink chink, you know, that kind of a feeling. But instead of the Emma Frost, they are going to protect the Thing instead, and they have realized that could be a fatal bit of a problem. And so Spider-Man gets locked away one more time. The targeted ban is going to be there, and so group being picked apart. And now, you know, obviously they can get a Bucky in if they wish. They can lock in Human Torch. They can lock in a Hela if they wish. You know, all 3 DPS pretty much untouched at this stage. And then in reverse, RMIT will most likely protect one of theirs as well. Could be a Hela for either side. Could be a Human Torch coming in. Could even be Emma Frost right here, right? Because group being picked apart. Oh, it's going to be omitted. So UTS is going to leave it open. They are happy to just let that completely open. So RMIT gets the place back in. Human Torch is going to be the one to be locked away here. And now, I guess there is just going to be the final play, which should be the Adam Warlock ban away still. But yeah, they do choose to do something else. It could be very interesting.
Let's see just how interesting it's going to be here, Emp. Seconds remain. There it is. As you said, Adam Warlock, good night. And one more to say good night. And it is Invisible Woman. See you later to our supports. And say hello to our composition, as we have already both teams locking down their picks there. UTS feeling a bit confident. Namor going to be open for business, and Jason thinking about it. So far, we have UTS locked in. Magneto, Loki, Luna, Hela, Hulk, and Namor. On the bottom, RMIT, Hela, The Thing, Human Torch, Luna Snow, Magneto, and Loki. So, fairly similar compositions, especially considering some of the characters they've brought out there, but slight subtle differences. Eager to see who's going to be able to find their spark into this one as we jump in to the preparation stage here. It's time to get down to business on the symbiotic surface.
Well, this map, I don't know. This is one of those maps that, you know, whether either you're having a really great time or you're having the worst time of your life, because the beginning point, there's just so many different ways to exploit it. Whether you go from the front or the side or even portal through, it's also obviously going to be something of a mess on the attacking side, and there's plenty to muck around with. Meanwhile, yeah, Jisoo was just, you know, he was just basically baiting. He is going to be sitting on that Black Panther. There is going to be the play. Look at this aggressive push, and here comes Soon. Soon is happy to be completely playing with it. Does get a bubble, so he's going to quickly swing out as well. Kari providing that space, almost catching Jisoo. He almost died right there. Meanwhile, Soon, once again, gets caught, and Kyrie is going to be the one to take the kill. It's a little bit of a shame right here. So Jisoo gets taken now. It's a little bit of bad news. And now it's only going to be covered into the front, dinosaur pillow into the back. Want to bite the space, and you can see it, Jisoo. He gets caught, walked through the flames as well. It was just damage ticking, and you can tell the rest of RMIT here to stay, here to play. Human Torch provides tons of value in that front. Soon quickly portals back in for the defense. Knows that he needs to quickly get in, but Flowen is down. It means that there's going to be less healing for the next few seconds. Jisoo also going down here. It could be a problem as El quickly pops his, and there's going to be the dunk. Where is it? It's not going to be anywhere.
Not going to be anywhere. Doesn't get much from it. So going to be wasted in that regard. Kari jumping straight onto the Hela there. Say goodbye to the Goddess of Death. Osaragi locks it down. Aluna Snow bringing out the ultimate as well. Osaragi has that ultimate available, so can shut them out of the point if they need to. Oh, BkWhatOCE coming out here, trying to see if they can work off that one. Milk goes down, however. Osaragi got us a death, jumping on and absolutely destroying them. So that is going to be point locked down and onwards to the payload section.
Oh boy. And so, a really bad time the rest of UTS is going to be having. RMIT's composition was made to completely charge at the front. Meanwhile, UTS was playing into the hand, thinking that they do have the upper edge. Oh, that was a little bit of a yikes moment for Dinosaur Pilo. Flew the wrong direction, and so didn't really move and got stuck as well. And now for the defending team, trying to make a little bit of play into this side, especially when you can get cut off because of the side structure. It's a yikes moment. Flow gets taken down, and now they're going to be blocked out because this entrance is what you want to do, is the closest one. If you go to the side, it's not going to be enough time, and you're just wasting yourself away. And as they are awkwardly making it back in, thank goodness that this objective is still rather slow. So UTS back onto the line. They do have an ult coming up, but it's not going to be enough as yet. But Kyrie gets taken out. Might just enable it, as health bars are a little bit low on the side of RMIT, and their front line's going to be just melted. But then after that, they're going to answer with 2 kills.
And that they will. Going to be answering with a slam dunk as well. Flowen going to be the one getting one in, trading it out. Elk does come back thanks to the passive there. Saragi to thank for that one. We'll see if they are going to be able to catch anyone else. Ooh, here we go. Death from above. Via the Goddess. They are not going to be able to do much from this angle, though. That is rather unfortunate, but at least their team is still able to push that card just a little bit closer. Speaking of closer, though, they might get closer with the Loki ultimate on its way through here. Flowen doing the best they can at this point. As soon trying to see if they can lock one down. Dinosaur Pillow going to be the one locked out, though. And we get closer and closer with the Kraken impact.
Well, Kraken impact. Value is trying to do anything that he can, but it just finds nothing that was weak enough for him to tag on and reset. Meanwhile, just Supernova is just buying a ton of room. Kyrie really flying away with this one. No one have the ability to check him. Meanwhile, Dinosaur Pillow, here we go. He is rolling around, trying to flock him around. And as he is doing okay, when you just do okay, the thing steps back and says, hang on a second, buddy, I am right here. And they are going to be successful to capture to that point. And now look at him. The room has been bought. And the thing is just gonna keep on charging. Yes, you can maybe dive the back, maybe just providing to it, but you don't get a crystal kick to kill me. Or Saragi gets taken down. Kyrie though, onto the side, builds the meter. Dinosaur Pillow is still hovering, trying to find anything. He's gonna be looking to maybe discement at that front. He is looking to do as much as he can, but the healing is strong. Global time is here, stuns a whole bunch, and they are gonna insert a little bit more defense.
Right, they are invested straight into the defense. Magneto ready to slam dunk as well. No one locked down, so all safe and all good. But speaking of all good, Iron Fist is all great. Hello, Dinosaur Pillow. Where have you been? Here they are, ripping them up. A great little triple to come through there. And they are now holding them back.
Oh my god, I had to think about his old name. Almost forgot about it. You know how everyone, the meme is calling it Triple Town Hall? And because I understand Chinese, I'm like, oh yeah, but you know his alt, he's actually called Living Chi. I almost forgot about it. Yeah, because no one says it. Every time, you know, we play, everyone, when they hear it, it's like, oh, everyone collectively say Triple Town Hall. And as he provides the value still, throwing it in, he gets many points. He just lives in. Sonic Seduction and Supernova both going to be utilized. But a charm is going to be true. Kyrie, though, he is going to be chunked up, but he's going to be just fine. Meanwhile, you can see it, just how much they want to do. Goddess of Death is going to be channeled. Jisoo goes down. Here comes another. They want Milk News, but Milk News is going to be completely tapped away. No! Yeah, I thought he was going to be just fine, provided by Osaragi. The value is huge. And as they are going to just channel in the res, dumping the ults and the percentages, Dinosaur Pillow and Jisun, they are back with Milk News. I can just tell how insanely bad this map can be when you're on the opposite side. If you're losing, you get no foothold back in. It's one of the hardest ones to be retreating into. And as we only have 100, a few more meters to go, RMIT poised to capture.
And here comes more. Are they going to be able to slide it over the line here? Slam dunk and Ninja takes down Milk there. Big kill onto the healer. Dinosaur Pillow following suit as well. Kari diving into this one, trying to shut down the pylons there. And they are all over this one right now. Amber 4.48 meters away. So close, yet so far.
This is a good choke point to be playing around for both sides. You can see Soon trying to desperately make the final plays in. Dinosaur Pillow into the front. They are going to be able to force them away as of now. 38 seconds left onto the clock. If you capture, it's great. Even if you don't capture, this is still a pretty good point to be at. RMIT in a comfortable position. But, you know, obviously, you want to be competing as much as you can. This final OT is going to be working for both sides. And Soon's going to channel in his ult first. Does find some, but gets a little bit carried away. Kyrie was there to take him down. And that's one of the primary tanks right here. There is going to beat the rest. Cracking impact onto the side. Looking at that backline, Jisun finds Osaragi. Does he find any more reset? Quickly has to get back. He's going to be healed up. Dinosaur Pillow is going to be gone. Smiles on the back line. And here comes a little bit of a clap. And he crashes down. Milk News down. And that is a capture on the side of RMIT.
Absolutely. That is going to be the capture. They get it over the line. And they go the distance. Now, it's UTS's time to shine. Let's see if they are going to be able to take control themselves here, or whether they might yet just crash and burn. It's a final chance for both these squadrons right now to see who will be in our grand final next week and who will be playing for third place. It all comes down to this, and both teams picking their characters, getting pumped up, ready to go, but it's all at stake.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that there is no Groot on this map. It would have just been disastrous. Like, absolutely. It's one of those things that when you do play in, you look at a Groot and you're just like, oh, not again. And then quickly, you know, channel into something else like a Punisher. In the meantime, I can respect this from UTS. They are looking to maybe, you know, go for a quick push. It could also be a portal play as soon as possible to maximize their time. Meanwhile, RMIT, like, you know, sticking to what's been working. It's been pretty traditional. I like it. And obviously, Kari and Osaragi has been piling on the work. Like, the whole team has been piling on the work. I say that, but the thing is, you know, who's going to be the one to really stand out? You always can't really check it because Osaragi, you shut him down, right? Oh, here comes the portal. And they are going to be channeling that one really quickly. They are going to be playing from the front line, and they have the option to quickly jump back as well. And so they can play the front and the back. Just depends how many things they get to quickly go through. But got to be careful because Kyrie, he's up there. He set up a little bit of a kill box, and that is going to be a nasty surprise. So first one jumping down. Elk is gone. Dinosaur Pillow is happy to be taking that one away. Kyrie is getting aimed down. And look at the pressure. Very, very low right here. And as they are going to be healed, it's going to be a choice here. Osaragi is going to be fine, but the rest of the team, not really. And that's everyone gone.
All gone. Just like that, they are going to be able to get the cap through there exactly what they wanted. And let's see how this one goes down now as we jump in to the next sector here. Shots coming over the top, ready to slot this one down. Ready to see which way it's going to unveil. Plenty of time available to UTS right now, so certainly have plenty of time for the journey ahead of them. We'll see if they can do it.
Well, a little bit of punishment coming in. UTS not respecting the option here. They are going to get picked apart here. So RMIT buying some valiant little bit of time, which is always going to be a good time for the cap. And then at the same time, you know, you have to make sure that you continuously set up a blockade and try to punish the side. And of course, we do have some ults being charged up. Both sides has 3. And UTS might be waiting for all 5 to be activated, but God of Mischief is going to be quickly used here. They want to quickly maybe dump it, and I can respect it. Meanwhile, L can also do the same thing. Flow is going to be the first one. Yep, fate of both worlds gets it up. Meteor M is not going to find it, but cracking impact into the back. You should definitely want to come back for it, and this Goddess of Death instantly gets cancelled up. There is the reset. They want a little bit more, but look at how much value Kari is just giving out with that supernova.
Giving out so much here, and then there will be more all the way through as well. Trying to see if they can hold it back. Dinosaur Pillows down, and maybe could be more down in a second as well. Smiles really desperate to shut them down, and they do succeed. The backline's getting mopped up right now. Oh my gosh, they managed to tear them apart here. That is incredible, and oh my word, I thought UTS were on the path for just a sheer domination, but no, RMIT are back and managed to bide some time.
And that was a little bit of a rough one from UTS. They had all the ults in the world trying to find it. It's just that they can't find the counter to Kari, and this man is living rent-free onto UTS's head. They've been dealing with just so much containment every time they go up. And Jisoo right there, I'm not sure what the idea was there, but he charged into a line and died right there. And that's pretty much one of your DPS that's supposed to be at the back line trying to provide that value. They also forced Milk News to quickly go back and hide them. I'm not sure if he used his eyesight as well, but soon trying to maybe find a value, trying to maybe find something. They're both just running up. There's going to be God of Mischief trying to find anything through. Lowen, meanwhile, waiting for it without Cube. They both have it. Crystal Form being channeled in, but Jisoo gets taken out by Air Ninja. You're not allowed to get through here, and Osaraki here can also be waiting once the heals are done. Once things are looking dangerous, can be going in, and Supernova once again, Osaraki gets caught out. But then here's Kyrie, who's been providing that value. Here's Meteor M jamming it down. Not gonna fund that value, but the ults are all exchanged.
There's going to be even more to follow. Dinosaur Pillow looking to lock down a bit of damage there. Does manage to find some of the end. Ethan Winters going down, and Jason is able to lock it out. So big stuff coming through from UTS here, fighting desperately for more ground here, trying to see if they can get to that first checkpoint. It's a harder journey, but not one that they aren't able to achieve. And we'll see if this next fight is going to benefit them here. RMIT regroup, get ready to jump in. The damage is already pouring.
Oh, Kyrie getting caught out, so really bad ones. Here comes Sanoxic Darshan, trying to find it, but soon he was trying to get Bass's descent, doesn't get it. Osaraki shuts him down, so ults are going to be channeled. Dinosaur Pillar stuck. He's going to fly up, but there is going to be the Fist of the Beast at the same time, trying to just find that room. They are desperate to cap here. 1 minute left onto the clock. UTS shadowing through. Oh, catches them. Osaraki, that was crazy coming through. And I tell you what, this might be exactly what bite them the final grace. RMIT don't want to be losing the point here, because obviously they can lock it down. Now UTS, they have to run back. 40 seconds left onto the clock. Can be a very bad time, but Osaraki gets punished really early for stepping up and looking at the info. Not sure what that's going to be for the rest of their side, but here comes UTS.
Here comes UTS, ready to try and bless the timeline here. Try and see if they can take it. Here it is. Alk brings up the Lunar Snow ult here. Trying to just cycle those ultimates through. Ready to see what will come of this one. Uh-oh, it's the Kraken Impact right now, trying to see if they can manage to take control of anybody here, and it is proving to be a challenge indeed. Still not able to push it over the line. We're stuck in that OT timer right now, but that could quickly change. Trade's going out left, right, and center here, and more around the bend as well. Everybody trying to get a bit of this action right now. Jason goes down. Going to be looking to see if they can find soon as well. Heaps of damage. Pummeled over the top here. The thing is all over it. Flowent goes down. Uh-oh. And there could be more to follow as well.
Oh, that's a rough one there. You can see just how desperate RYT is. But now UTS, this is their final stand. They need to get onto the point and try to last. Jisun gets taken out really early. So is Zansopilo and Kaibe. Now just up to Soon and Floet. Soon is desperate, trying to dive in, dive out. But that's going to be, yeah, he gets caught up by Soraki. It's going to be GG on the side of RMIT.
GG! RMIT have done it! They will be our victors here in this series semi-final, going against the odds here. UTS will not be in the grand final. RMIT have done it and will be facing Monash next week. Oh my gosh.
Oh, what a play. What a fun one. This was actually really fun because we had a little bit of a mixed bag of variety provided by UTS, and then RMIT is stuck to the guns. And I gotta say, give Kyrie this man a medal. He's just provided way too much value into this series. Elk, obviously, with Ethan Withers, has provided a god of stories in the back. But the biggest point in contention has definitely been how they were able to keep either Kari or Saragi alive. And then it was just, okay, pick who you want because you take one out and we will do the rest with the other. And that has really worked.
Yeah, it's worked all right. It has worked absolutely beautifully. Absolutely beautifully. Fantastic stuff to come through there. And we are seeing the results of that through and through. My word. Looking into the stats here as well, you can see so much damage dealt, let alone defended on both sides of the spectrum here. Just crazy stuff there. And I love how close it was, pretty much the whole way throughout.
Yeah, it was rather close. Looking at the pick and bans as well, like on the RMIT, it's been the same thing pretty much all 5 maps. On the side of UTS, half of it has been true until they started banning with the Groot. I don't know how much value like you could still take away from it because Captain America ban is, I guess, is good. Groot ban is great, but then I feel like if you personally let Soon play here and there, like it's always a contention here, right? Because Soon is being such a pivotal player when it comes down to his Venom control and he provides that value with Jisun. But then afterwards, you know, it also only work on one map. You know, on the first map it sort of worked, but then after that it just didn't until like the 4th map. And I'm not sure if they wanted to fully prioritize, which is where I think it went wrong. But then again, you know, it's exactly what it is.
It's exactly what it is, and we're going to hear all about how it is with Smiles!
Hello, long time no see. Just
Oh my
quickly,
gosh.
Matsy, with
Yeah.
the prediction for UTS 3-0ing RMIT, how did you come up with that one?
You know, I was thinking, about the seeding there. You know, I was.
You gotta
thinking there
have
was gonna
faith in the
be-
boys. We're locked in. We've locked in over the course of the season.
Well, you know, I did in our last interview. I did mention to I think it was Denzel that I was hoping for the underdog story, and it did prove true. So
That's no worries. Happy to provide anytime, man. Happy to provide.
You guys have served. You have served all night long.
Ugh.
Oh my gosh. All right. So, first and foremost, an incredible series from you guys. And you've worked really hard through the season. Like, how are you feeling now that you've managed to make it to the grand final?
Really, really excited. I am really, really proud of our team. We have come a long way from where we started. We were we were not that coordinated or really organized at all early on, even flexible. We used to be a lot more stagnant with our picks, to put it lightly, with a couple specialists. But everyone's since diversified and comfortable in multiple characters, and it's left us open to so many options that we can pull out. And we've all just improved so much since the start. It's really nice to see that actually come to fruition, making it so far.
Fair enough, and obviously when it came down to the second map, the first map in my mind, I had no doubt when you guys started performing. I was just like, all right, this is a very different RMIT. The second map, final drop. How did you guys feel about that one?
It was going really well until that last portal, which was put a little bit too far behind the point, and then it was a bit hard to recover from there as it was moving faster than we could make it back. But other than that, I think with how well we played, there was at least that confidence of, okay, we're still in a good spot. Just one mistake is all that was, and that's a really easy and fixable one. But yeah.
No, great to hear it. Great to hear it. And honestly, with the distance that the series did go there, do you feel like it could have gone a bit shorter? Like if you'd made certain changes? Like, yeah, what's the reflection there?
Yeah, there's probably a few silly maneuvers that we could have avoided doing that would have probably not made that take anywhere near as long. I think the portal will be a noticeable highlight in that list. But there were a fair few decisions in Yigsguard that were kind of questionable for us. But we came back from it. We kept the mental strong, adjusted our strategy a little bit, and we did manage to bring it back, which I'm very, very happy with. It's been rough to lose due to being silly buggers.
Yeah, map number 4 right there. I'm pretty sure, like, that was a bit of a mental moment where everyone's like, all right, okay, go on a second. But, my final question for all of you guys, obviously when you came through, you had a plan. Was it the full formulated pick and ban that you guys have come in tonight with? Because all 5 maps, pretty much the same thing, locking away, saying you do not get to play like this.
Yep. We've scrimmed against UTS a few times. We get along with them really well. They're absolutely great scrim partners and see them in ranked all the time as well. But we're kind of familiar with what they like to run. They're kind of familiar with what we like to run. And whether the success or failure of each map kind of hindered on that. And it was a lot of target bans both ways. But I feel like it made, while for a stale pick ban phase, it kept the maps quite interesting at least.
Oh, it sure did. I was getting a bit worried there with some of the picks and bans. I thought I was seeing deja vu for the first few maps of the series. But, yeah. Anyway, it's done now. It's done now.
It's over. It's over.
It's over. It's over. But yeah, I guess definitely eager to see how you guys go heading into next week. I think given some of that momentum you guys brought out tonight, I'm really hopeful that you guys can make a big impact there. And just, I'm just pumped up, mate. It's been a great season. But, yeah.
I'm excited for the fight against Monash again. I think we've improved since then. And I think it'll, at the very least, be a very interesting watch. I'm excited.
I'm glad to hear it, mate. We're excited as well. And we'll see all about it next week. But for now, congratulations to you and your team once again for managing to claw your way up to the grand final. And we will see you there.
Thank you. Thank you. Catch you next week.
See you then. There you go, Em. Great to get an interview through there. The underdog claims victory. What a story to be told. And now they have to face off next week against Monash. Going to be an incredible matchup there. Let's take a look at exactly what that's going to look like right now, Em.
Oh, there you go. Monash against RMIT and UNSW versus UTS. Hey, Sid against Sid, Melbourne against Melbourne. Like, is that what we're having here? Like, this is the battle of the eternal struggles, right? and of course, BK's at the back going, haha, you guys stick. It's a personal joke. I love it. And I'm actually looking forward to it because it does go and say that everyone is playing Marvel Rivals. They are doing very well into it. And tonight has been a very awesome night. We started with Monash 3-0 UNSW, showing us just why they belong in the grand finals. And then an upset happened with UTS versus RMIT. And these guys are absolute champions, right? Both sides play really well. They stuck to their guns. They had everything that they wanted to do. And now, eventually, Monash against RMIT for the final decider to decide who's walking away the ultimate winner, and the final placement between UNSW and UTS. I'm very excited for next week.
As am I, Emp. I think it's going to be a very exciting week ahead. And I just can't believe what we've seen tonight. It's just been incredible. Absolutely incredible. Just like our sponsors, AGON by AOC, the #1 gaming monitor brand in the world. AGON by AOC provide best-in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs. But you know what else is incredible? It's
Indomie, the noodle partner made with high-quality flour and selected ingredients and spices. A plate of Indomie Mega Ray will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of the flavors available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au.
Oh yeah, big shout out to both of our wonderful sponsors there. You know them, we love them. But you know what else we love? AEL. Check us out on AU Esports League on Facebook, YouTube, X, you name it. Check us out. There's going to be all kinds of content around all the different titles we're covering there. Marvel Rivals, Rocket League, you name it. Check it out. More to come, and make sure you check us out, same time, same place next week for our grand final and a third place match. It's going to be an absolute thriller of a night, and I can't wait to see each and every one of you right there beside us.